Yo, hello, welcome to World Radio. We're back. This is our 12th episode.
Yeah.
We're back in the gold mine. We got some special guests today.
Yup.
I'm Aunt G.
J Supreme.
Y'all already know us. We have Dannytrippz
What's happening?
and his team along here.
What's
you guys
up?
want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Heem, man. That's it.
My boy Lil Germs.
For sure. Just real quick, we know you because we see you on Twitter. We see your brand everywhere, Infant Legacy.
Surprisingly now, that shit took a minute.
Yeah.
A real minute, honestly.
Yeah, we want to talk about, how you started, but first we want to get to know you for, people that are watching this that don't really know you.
A lot of people just know the brand.
Yeah, honestly, I feel
it.
like more people just know me of Twitter, so they just know of me, not really about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Cool, man. So introduce yourself.
Yeah. All right, so, my name's Danny, aka Dannytrippz, usually where everybody calls me. Born and raised in San Jose, 7 Trees to be exactly. That's the hood. And
It's the
yeah,
trap right there.
There you go, Southside. you know what I mean. Shout out 7 Trees. Shout out Southside.
Okay. Dope. So we could talk about when you started.
When I started, damn, this goes way back. Honestly,
Well, what was it like for you, growing up? Were you always interested?
that's the funny part. I think growing up in Hellier area, 7 Trees area, I was mostly got influenced starting at skateboarding. When I was in elementary school, I feel that was the very start. Me and my old homies from back in the day.
You never did the scooter?
I did do the scooter.
Okay.
I did do the scooter
That's
probably
what
with my neighborhood homies, my neighbors and shit.
Yeah.
But then I think once I got to 5th grade,
Mm-hmm.
that's when me and my homies just started skating. That was the whole thing. That was the trend. Back in 04, 05, everyone's just skating.
Real.
That was the main shit. So then from there we started the skateboard was a big influence, and then I think that's when I started low-key getting into more sneakers of skate shoes. I was obviously during the time Zoomies was the main spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is when Zoomies was an actual skate store.
Yeah.
Yeah, Plan B was actually my first skate deck, dead ass.
Ice cream team.
Or big.
Yeah, honestly, yo,
was that the Pharrell one? The skateboard?
yeah,
skateboard?
ice cream. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
ice cream was started by Pharrell. Yeah, Terry Kenny was dope, bro. I remember I was a big fan of him and Crew, and Flats were what mainly inspired me at the time. I didn't get the idea till I think 8th grade. 8th grade coming around, that's when I thought of starting a brand.
Cool. So starting in high school, you already had that in mind. It was just I want to create some shit.
Yeah, so how it really honestly started. So back in the day, in middle school, I had a certain crowd of homies, and we all skated. We all skated, and then at the time, I told my old homie, I was damn, I want to make clothes for us. You know what I mean? More as a skate team type of shit.
Yeah. You didn't, so you weren't really thinking
just
of
for
a brand,
us, exactly, just for us, because everyone knew us as skaters, in middle school, back when I was going to Sivendell, and yeah, so I told my homie, I was dude, I'm trying to make some cool ass merch for us, that'd be dope, just to exclude us from everyone,
Yeah.
and he was that'd be cool. Then later on, when I was trying to think of names and ideas, I was only 12, 13 years old, so obviously I didn't have much of a creative mind. So until I think I went back to school, and this would tell me, he's you know what, dude, you should just make it into a brand, make it for everyone to rock, you know what I mean? And I was just kind of damn, that's dope. Yeah, that's cool. So then from then on, I was you know what, I'm gonna start a brand, fuck it. So he really kind of gave me the idea. And then yeah, coming into high school, I was doing it here and there. I was getting more into streetwear, starting in freshman year. That's when I was getting into a little bit more sneakers more than anything. I was more into Air Force Ones, Jordans. That's what kind of started it. I still into skating, you know what I mean? I still went to shop at Zoomies, Mainland, the typical only stores we had out here. It wasn't in LA where I could go to the most dopest stores.
You couldn't go to the 100.
Exactly. I mean, if I did go to hundreds, it'd be in SF when they had it there.
That's what always whacked me. When I started to get into the hundreds, fuck, the nearest one's in Frisco. I don't even drive.
I know. I was only 14 years old, so I was still learning. I didn't know much about branding until probably a couple years later. And I think one of the first few brands was kind of Bape, you know, I didn't find out about Bape till like Soulja Boy, you know, until he brought it out like on like Crank That. And that's what he put everybody on, like on Bape, you know. And then Hundreds, like, you know, Hundreds was a cool one. Diamond, dude, I was a huge Diamond fan in high school, bro.
No way.
Diamond was like one of like my go-tos, bro. That was like my Supreme at the time.
Yeah.
Like probably like my freshman and like sophomore year. That was like that was a big influence on me.
Was like everyone rocking it during that time, or was it just like
I think I was like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I was probably one of the first few people like in high school.
Yeah,
like
just get on it. Got on it.
Yeah, everybody was like half Obey, half Diamond, and then finally like I think my sophomore junior year is when I got put onto like Breezy Excursion,
okay. Like,
and then that's when I was
like
rocking. You know,
shit.
I found out I was like, you know, it's an SJ brand. So I was like, you know what,
gotta
gotta go support the locals. You know me? And it was a dope ass brand.
Yeah,
I never heard of them until my boy like took me there in high school, and then ever since he took me, I went like all the fucking time. I cashed out at Breezy, dead ass. I always cashed out at Breezy, and then Clout. I bought so much Clout. Like there's like a magazine, like the Clout magazine.
Oh, okay.
It was right next door. Then Holloway.
You didn't
Then,
Yeah. I was like, wait, you bought hella
honestly,
Clout.
He's been about the street
bought
for a
clothes.
while.
Yeah, I was
Like, he's
yeah,
the
bro.
only-
I've been in streetwear for a minute, so it's like, you know, that's the thing where like I feel like I got my knowledge. Like even like one of the OG brands where I grew up on was LRG. LRG was like one of the OGs, and like, you know what I mean. So LRG was a big influence for myself too. Even like just typical skate brands, you know, like World Industries, Blind. I don't know if you guys remember that, like all those.
I remember
things,
Blind
like,
with like the little green Reaper.
Yeah, with the Reaper. Yeah,
I remember
World Industries too. I thought was dope.
Yeah, that was like the
With the
fire
little
in the
flames.
water.
Yeah.
I just remember
I used to love the cartoons.
because of Tech Deck.
Yeah, Tech Decks was dope too, bro. I remember we in
I
element.
don't know if y'all remember Fallen.
Yeah,
the
backward
two
F,
Fs,
right?
the two Fs,
Two Fs.
Yeah.
I remember
Fallen
Spitfire.
That was
Spitfire.
skateboarding
Oh,
too.
the
shoes were hell.
I remember Osiris. I remember when people would rock them, like, dude, those.
Ew, hell,
yeah?
hella ugly.
I actually liked those Cyruses back then, bro.
But they had like a puffy ass tongue.
Yeah, puffy
right?
ass. I mean, they were skating shoes. You
Wasn't
know
that
what I
a
mean?
Yeah, okay.
It was more into
Osiris?
snowboarding, you know?
I know they had some skating shoes though.
Yeah. Did even like other shoes. With another one I'd rock. My cousin from LA put me on. Freaking Etnies, bro.
Etnies,
Etnies
yeah,
were my
bro.
shit, bro.
Yo,
Deadass.
I was hella into Famous Stars and Stripes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That shit was
I remember that
famous.
That
too.
shit was hella
That
Bro, I'm going down memory lane right
Yeah, I
now.
know,
Of all these
right? Like I'm
brands,
thinking,
bro.
like, oh shit, that was like 7th, 8th grade when I started seeing Famous and
Yes.
and people rocking Etnies. Like, oh shit, what are they wearing over there? Like, okay,
my cousin
cool.
LA put me on Etnies, man. So
Yeah.
he was like another person that put me on, like on certain things, like skating. He actually showed me like Hurley, because you know he's from LA, so
Yeah.
So a lot of like this, like, you know,
The
SoCal
surfer
brands,
brands,
yeah, like
yeah.
Hurley. He put me on Hurley. Hurley was like actually one of my favorite brands out there when I was like 10 years old, bro. And he would take me, he'd cop me some Hurley and then like some Etnies and then S's, bro. S's were dope as fuck.
Just have you dip, bro.
Yeah, bro, real talk, man. Like I was like growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I was like low key spoiled, like especially by my dad, just because I'm the only boy. You know,
Okay.
I have two older sisters, so like. I like it's more like a machista thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. They just,
The baby, so like my
Yeah,
dad
yeah,
spoiled
yeah,
me growing
yeah.
up.
just had to have you fitted. For sure, man. So, like by now, it's like my bad to cut you off, but by now you have like 4 or 5 years in the game, then.
I started in 2013.
About to be 5 years.
Yeah, 2013 is when I first like established my brand and like had my first release. The concept and idea didn't start until like 2008 when I was in 8th grade.
Wow.
So it took me that long.
So it's been a fucking while.
It's been a minute, bro. Like it was like now I might as well just like finish out what I was saying. Is like it was like a like growth, bro. Like crazy. Like now thinking about all the things I was going through, like from like freshman year to like my junior year, I was just thinking of ideas like names, logos. Like I was trying to think of everything, and like I had no mind. I had no idea like how to start a brand. I was clueless.
Like how do I do it?
You know what I mean? Like how do I do this shit? So I was like hella clueless on that. And I think I wasn't taking it like more into it or like more serious until like my junior year. And I think what really influenced me, just because I would always talk about it like on my brand, it's like, damn, how do I like, you know, I was always like bragging about like, oh, I'm gonna start a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like,
So you were just talking.
I was all talk. You know what I mean? I was all talk. You know, as far as that sounds. Exactly. I was all talking about it, and everyone knew I was into clothes. You know, I always in high school I was always trying to have like the dopest shit. You know, shit no one can wear. You know what I mean? I was trying to get like all the hype stuff, like you know, like all the exclusive shit. You know what I mean? And that's when I started like rocking like some like Supreme. Like Supreme, I was rocking in high school, so you know, it wasn't like as hard to get as like how it is now, bro. Like back then, me and my old homies, we copped
Before
Supreme.
Twitter.
Dead ass, bro. I was even going through old tweets, bro. I saw like I posted like some old Supreme hats like since 2011, 2012.
No way.
Yeah, bro. So I was really on that
SBs
shit.
you had, bro.
Yeah, and I had the Tiffany SBs and the Supreme SBs, man.
Damn.
So I was really into this shit for a minute.
Yeah.
It's been like my thing. But yeah, so I think my junior year is when I really wanted to like do it, just because there's another brand in my high school where a lot of people like low key hating on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But like they're getting
Like,
he knows what I'm talking about. Like they're getting shit going. You know what I mean? Like no hate. You know, me personally, I mean, obviously I didn't like the brand, wasn't my style.
Yeah.
But you know, they're actually doing it, so that made me jealous. So if anything, like my jealousy motivated me.
Yeah.
So when I saw
that was like the final
so
shot.
that was like,
Nah,
damn,
fuck
like,
this.
exactly. They got it started. I was
Competition.
like, that means I gotta get it started.
That's good, dude.
You know what I mean? So I was like, boom. So I got home from school. I was on my laptop or like on my computer. I was like applying like all these
just
jobs.
typing
Bro.
all the
I was
fucking-
16 years old, bro. You know what I mean? I was 16 years old. I was like, I need money. You know, like you know,
like how
I had
the
to
fuck
like
am I
start.
gonna
You know
do?
exactly.
Yeah, it's the beginning.
Started fucking going on like random ass places to apply. I applied to McDonald's, bro. And that was my first job.
Bruh, same.
I remember that shit.
16 years
McDonald's,
old.
same.
Red American
16 years old
Yeah,
working at
yeah.
McDonald's, man.
Same, bro.
16
Yeah.
years old. And this was like minimum wage was like $8. I was
Yeah,
working.
But it was something though.
It was something, bro. I had to like, I had to
get you
do
going.
something. And
Yeah.
the cool thing was I was racking up fast. Like McDonald's, like the cool thing that I remembered is they hook you hours,
They
bro.
gave you hella hours.
They gave you
That's
hella
true.
hours, bro. I worked 2 weeks with 1 day off every 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like on a school schedule. So like right after I got out of school, I started at like
Boom.
4 o'clock and I get off like at 9:45 because you know I was a minor.
Relatable,
I was a minor, so you can only work certain hours.
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
stay after 10.
Yeah.
So they scheduled me 4 to 9:45 every day. Every day, bro. So I was like racking up. I had no bills. I was 16, bro.
Yeah.
So like, dude, I think like in a
Stack-
You
like,
go to school with $300 in your
bro,
pocket.
I
like,
literally I think
And chicken
bro,
nuggets and the other.
bro.
Just like, yeah, we
Hey,
ain't
honestly,
good
bro,
now.
that shit was lit, bro. I got free food all the time, and like
Yeah,
I worked with dudes in my high school. My managers were guys from my high school,
Oh.
so like they hooked it
dope.
up, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and we just eat all
Everybody
the time.
worked at that.
Everybody. I worked at the Auto Mall McDonald's right there on Capitol.
Okay.
So everybody from Andrew Hill was working there, man. It was dope. But yeah, dude, and honestly, I racked up quick. I had no bills. I didn't pay for anything. And yeah, I was always spending money on myself. So I probably racked up like 3 G's.
Fuck.
3 G's easily. And then I had no clue on what to do. So during the time, there's another brand that came out of my high school called 9190. I mean, unfortunately, they're not around no more. You know, they're dope. They're popping, like, in my opinion, when they're coming up. And then one of my good homies was part of it, my boy Eric. You know, shout out Eric. He was my mentor. You know, I hit him up. I was, like, before him, I was hitting up multiple people that were doing brands just because I was 16 years old, bro. I didn't know nothing. So I needed to, like, a mentor.
who were
You
you
need to
hitting
figure
up?
something out.
Who
We
was
were
I
just like
hitting up?
OGs and like
Yeah, like I think just people just like who I knew like did clothes and stuff. Honestly, I don't even remember to be honest, but I know I did like hit up a few people before I hit up my boy Eric.
what was
And
their response? They just like
they're just kind of
snubbed
like
it?
nah, like they just kind of saw me as competition. So you know, it was like a threat.
so like
I'm
he-
assuming. I don't know
yeah.
if that was the reason why, but I saw it
Yeah,
as
no,
more
like,
as like the
surprisingly,
reason.
that's
The
how
reason
it
they said
is.
no was a competition type of thing. You
Yeah,
know,
but
which is cool. You know what I mean?
I feel like
It's a motivation.
I feel like a confident person like wouldn't even see that as like
Exactly.
nah,
Till today, I mentor people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People come to
dope.
me like, hey, bro, like, you know,
Alright.
you got like a cool
Posy,
buzzing,
yeah.
you know, exactly.
Posy.
Posy, my boy Norman, shout out Norman. Yeah, like he was one of the people that came to me. And I'm not gonna hate, you feel me? Like I know how it is. I know how it feels
to get
to be
snubbed
clueless, you know,
and,
to
like,
get stuck. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when one of the people was Norman, you know, Norman Posy, you know, he hit me up and I like guided him, gave him my opinion. He told me like about Lucy like days ago, bro, like super days ago. He gave me like his first logo. It wasn't even the logo he has now. It was actually something different. Yeah, so it was like cool. And then when I saw him actually do it, it was dope. So he was one of the people. So I know how it is. But then during the time, so when I hit up my boy Eric, you know, he was the only one willing to help. And he was cool. So shout out to him for that. And yeah, he guided me everything, bro. Like we met up. He's from like 7 Trees too. We met up and he kind of just like, he had a whole list, bro. Like he gave me the laydown of everything from like printing to like seller's permit to get where to get stickers from, what website to do for like to start your website. Like
That's good.
literally like everything, pretty much all the knowledge I needed and how much money I needed to rack up to start.
that's
Before,
cool.
yeah.
Before to do all this. So he
Yeah.
kind of gave me the whole like
Yeah.
laydown of it, which is dope. And
That's
I feel
good,
like
the
a lot of people
blueprint.
wouldn't, you know,
Yeah,
exactly. He
gave
gave
you
me
the blueprint.
the whole blueprint. So even till today, I mean, unfortunately, his brand that he started with his boys is no longer around, which is pretty crazy, you know. Like, and then coming from him, you know, like it's pretty cool. He's like, even till today, like, you know, we still talk. you know, like I would still take advice from him just because, you know, he did it for a long time. And I'm pretty sure he could take advice from myself just because I've still been in the game for a while.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, till today, I shout him out, like, all the time. And then even if I do make it, which I'm praying for, like, for sure I'm going to take care of him as well. Just because without him, you know, he helped me out a lot.
Respect,
yeah. Everybody gets credit.
Everybody eats.
Exactly.
Everybody
I'm the type where, like, you know, I give credit when it's due.
Yeah.
So even with, like, my brand, like, on the, like, every year, like, there's people helping, you know. I think when I first started, like, after my first release, I had a homie named Yesenia. She was actually the one helping me design my stuff.
Nice.
And so she was one of the first people to help me, like, on my team. Like, aside from Eric. Eric was more, like, just mentoring me. You know, he wasn't really telling me, like, what to design, none of that.
Yeah.
It was just me. Yeah, it was just more like my guidance, you know?
Yeah.
And with Yesenia, she was, like, you know, she went out of my high school, and that's how we met. And, like, cool homie, you know, like, I mean, we don't really talk as much as we used to, but she was a big help for my brand in the beginning. So, you know, she's someone, like, I'll for sure give credit to. And then you know, like I said, if I do make it, for sure, I'm going to give back to her just because she helped me get my feet up. You know what I mean? She helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So
she was there during,
so
like,
shout out
during
Yesenia.
like, the beginning.
Yeah, literally from day one, bro. She was there from day one.
Dope.
Cool. How was team building, like, throughout your years? Was it kind of hard, like getting people to, first off, believe in the brand, like, believe you're doing something, and then second off, like
just stay on board
and, like, be like persistent, like, working with you?
From the get-go, I mean, there really wasn't a team. It was mainly just me. At first, like I said,
looking at
Yesenia.
German Heim, like, where y'all at? Where y'all at?
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm letting them explain. Like, I didn't even know
we're
this.
going from we're gonna go from beginning to end.
I was about to cut him off. Like, wait, what year is this? Like,
Yeah, so this was like 2013. So this was like the year it started and like pretty much when I graduated high school.
Yeah, we've known each other since like, but we've never like really clicked.
I've known German since like 4th grade.
Yeah,
But like I'm saying, we'll get to that later. We'll go from beginning to end.
Okay.
Yeah, German Heim didn't like pop up until like 2014. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, so from the beginning it was like Yesenia, and then, you know, she tried her best like on helping me out. But obviously like she wasn't as much as like, you know, she wasn't in it as much as I was. Obviously it wasn't like her thing, you know what I mean? So she was just helping me out, like helping the homie. So obviously, you know, she did her part. You know, I gave her credit. She even helped me out with like my website from the beginning, you know. So she had a huge part in the beginning, you know what I mean? So like, you know, my thanks and like, you know, like me appreciating her, like it's a lot, you know. Yeah, gratitude towards her. And then from then, I think after her, like I kind of just stayed alone for a cool minute and had a lot of help from like pretty much the places where I was getting my stuff printed at, which was Crucial Printing. So shout out Crucial. They helped me out a lot. And then recently, my boy, who's actually low-key my partner now, which a lot of people don't know, but is my boy Dylan. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here. He's at work. You know, I told him if he could come, but, you know,
we'll
he had work.
FaceTime him right now.
Yeah, we'll probably FaceTime him, you know.
We'll take a call.
We'll take one call. But honestly, though, yeah, like as of right now, aside from me, is Dylan. Dylan is, like, the man that's making shit happen right now. Like, he's the one helping me out a lot. Cool. Just because I get stressful, you know what I mean? I handle, like, all the business shit. When it comes to designing ideas, he's helping me out. You know what I mean? So he's helping me out a lot. So he's, like, pretty much, like, the main key towards my brand. You know, without him, I'd be struggling.
That's
so
good,
shout out
man.
my boy Dylan. And we actually met at my old job at Mainland. So we hired him. Yeah, we hired him. And then from there, literally, like, first day we worked together, we clicked. Just talked about streetwear. That's all we did is talked about streetwear. So we clicked from there. And yeah, I told him about my brand. He had his own brand, you know, called San Jose Sportswear, which is actually coming to an end. He's actually starting a new era. So he's putting that away and starting a new thing. So shout him out for that. So yeah, he's doing 2 at a time. So that's my partner right there. So yeah, without him, none of this shit would happen. Like, you know, he helped me out with all this new shit that I got coming out. Like, you know, this upcoming month.
And this one,
well, that's my old shit, yeah. But, you know, he helped me out a lot. So Dylan's like a big part of like the legacy. So
hey, it's recent. It was recent.
Cool. So that's like one of the like newer, like, you know. Then he's the only one I'll probably take in as of right now. But aside from like German Heim, like they're just more kind of like you know, like pretty much like my backup, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when like if I need motivation,
support,
like, you know, they're my main support, you know what I mean?
System,
and like them two, like literally everything I come up in design, I send it to them first. Like, yo, this is my mock-up me and Dylan like made. Like, give me your opinions, you know. So their opinions, like, you know, they're the first ones to find out.
It's like they critique it, like
exactly.
Yeah,
they're literally pretty much like him, like them two. and like a few other close homies, like they're like, you know, like them two and like my friend Karina and Alondra are usually the first ones to find out what I like make.
Yeah.
Me and Dylan make, and then they're pretty much like my critics, you know, like I want their opinions. Yeah. You know, so they're the first ones to always find out.
That's pretty much the
that's my crew right there. You know what I mean? So like they're the first ones to find out, aside from me and Dylan, you know?
Yeah. Quick question for you two. Yes, sir. Do you guys keep it honest though? Like
no, I keep it honest. But
yeah, okay.
That's the one thing where like
I think I told you one time that I didn't like.
Like the one thing where I respect from all four of them is they'll keep honesty with me, and that's what I want. That's the main thing.
Fucking key, bro.
That's the main thing. I don't want, you know,
well,
like
that's like what you need though. Like that's really
exactly.
What you
I need honesty, bro. Like just because you're my homie, you know, I don't want you fake gassing me up.
Yeah,
you know? Tell me your opinion, because honestly, not everyone's gonna like my shit. Yeah, and I remind myself that not everyone's gonna fuck with my shit.
That's good,
and that's cool. That's the point of like, you know, opinions and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, and it's cool. It's like I want honesty from everybody, even though like people I don't even know. You know, when people tell me like, "Oh, that shit's dope," or like people just don't even comment, which is totally cool. You know, sometimes I do the whole voting thing on Twitter. Yeah. You know, I get people don't liking my shit, which is cool. At first, you know, I was being like, you know, when I first started, like, you know I on Twitter. I didn't know how to take like criticism,
like,
bro.
Twitter's vicious, bro.
Twitter's vicious. You feel me? Like at first,
it's crazy.
At first, you know, I couldn't take criticism, so it's like I would get butthurt if people didn't like my shit. But now it's like, you know, I don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I mean? I'm making what I make.
Yeah, you get
what
to
I like. You know what I mean?
You get to a point where like your growth level is just like, man, I don't give a shit. Like I'm still gonna put out what I'm
confident in this.
Exactly. I like it. Yeah, exactly. I became like way more careless over the years. Mm-hmm. So that's like the cool thing, which is like, yeah, with them they tell me complete honesty. That's and good, same thing man. When people like come for me for mentoring. You know what I mean? Like they show me designs and I'll tell them straight up, like, you know, like I'm gonna tell them from the get go, like, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, don't get offended at anything I say, but I'd rather let you know the truth than like, you know, me gassing you up.
And then so let them do something whack.
Exactly. So now I have people DM me. They show me. I'm like, honestly, bro, this shit's whack. I'm gonna tell you straight up, this shit's whack. That's just my opinion. At the end of the day, it's your
like
brand.
First drop, first drop, bro.
Yeah, bro, dude. Even my own shit, bro. I think so much shit. I think from like 2015 and back, everything I dropped from 2015 and before was all whack. And I'm saying that right now. Then that's coming from me because I designed all that shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Whoever said that shit was dope.
And I mean, a lot of people like it.
Liars.
A lot of people like it, which is cool. A lot, like some people have some shit. Honestly,
no, the first drop was nah.
Yeah, honestly, real time. I look back, like if you go back on my Instagram, bro, there's a lot of shit I just don't fuck with. Like really, I'm professional. I was only like 18 at the time, bro. I was barely starting, you know. So like, I leave it there to see my growth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it humbles me and it motivates me
too. You gotta learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So. Seeing back on my old Instagram posts, like, you know, like I even scroll through sometimes like on the daily, and I'm just like, dude, why'd I come out with that? Like, why the fuck would I do that? You know what I mean? But a lot of people fuck with it. You know what I mean?
It's so part of the process, though.
Oh yeah.
Because you need that for the story. Yeah. Like exactly. Not a lot. Like you can go back, and not a lot of people have shit like that's dope out of the gate. Like they always have those few, you know, throwaways at first, and then you kind of figure it out and like, oh fuck, okay, now I know what to do, and then you start, downs, you start pumping out some dope shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a part of the process.
Exactly, it is.
So like I think that's beautiful, bro. Like you still like look back on those like, damn, like
I'm my own critic too. You know what I mean? Like I criticize my own shit. You know
no, that's good, man.
And yeah, just like a lot of the shit I just did not like, bro, like at all. But and it's crazy because like. Most of my stuff, there's people that even got shit that I don't even have anymore. Like I see people rocking certain hoodies, jackets, tees, shit, like OG shit. I don't even have none of that, bro. Like most, like probably the most oldest thing I got was probably my Pink Waves hoodie. Wait, no, I didn't have that anymore.
Never mind. The cool thing
actually,
about it.
I don't even have that. Never mind. I have the oldest thing I have is the Thiz and Peace Grim Reaper tee that I did for Day of the Dead I did for Mac Dre.
Damn, I want to see that one.
Yeah, that was like 2015, bro.
That one's tight.
That's probably my oldest tee.
If you still got a picture, we'll pull it up. We'll show it.
Yeah, fucking.
That's one thing that I like about his brand, that he's limited. Like, if you didn't get it at the release, then.
Real talk. So I learned my limit, like keeping everything rare and limited, from my boy Eric. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be my question.
That's how you build hype, and it's true. You know what I mean? Like, I mean. It does build hype. I mean, I'm not saying like super limited, like making like 5 shirts. No, fuck that. You're not making no profit. That was like no shit. Like I never speak about numbers. People always ask me, and people like, you know, like I told you the other day when people talking shit to me, like people dead ass text me. And I got you know, one person texted me one time from a fake number, telling me like I only print like 10 or 15 shirts. I mean, I probably did like in 2013, you know, when I first started. But I'm just like, you know, people was gonna hate and like, you know, they don't know facts and like numbers. You know what I mean? Just because I sell out fast doesn't mean it's like a low quantity. You know what I mean? I just it's just more of a balance. You know what I mean? You gotta know, like, you gotta know how many to print. You know, you gotta
yeah,
know
because
your
you
clientele.
can't play yourself.
Because the one thing I did learn when I first started is like I printed so many at the time, and it's like no one.
You just had hella product.
I had
so
product.
you just had it.
I
all
lost
just
money exactly. So you know, I did after that. After I learned from that mistake, I cut down. You know, like
you start to know. You start
exactly.
to find out.
You gotta find out, and then now I do pretty decent orders, like pretty big orders, and still sells. You know what I mean? So that's why I like that. That's another reason why I quit my job, man. Like I don't even have no job right now. I'm self-employed. You know what I mean? So like that says a lot. Like I was doing the calculation. I literally just quit the other day, and.
You just walked in. He's like,
I was shocked. I was like,
I'm out.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I was DMing him at the time, and I'm like, yo, what time we doing this shit?
I DM'd you, bro.
And then he DM'd me back like,
I was like I just quit my job right now.
I just quit my job. Like, let's get it.
And you're like, you're a savage. And I was like, dog, I had to do it one way or another. You know what I mean?
He texted me. I'm like,
what was that like?
Yeah, he texted me. He's like, yep, just quit my
job.
All right, so
did it feel like just like a whole weight off?
So here's the thing. Yeah, low key. So it like. I'm still scared. You know what I mean? Like till today, like I'm self-employed. I got no job. My brand is literally all I got right now. And I literally have like so much money just to my name right now, literally. And I got bills coming up. You know what I mean? So it's like a huge risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it took me some time. You know what I mean? Like it really did take me some time. And it wasn't like I hated my job. No, it was cool. You know, shout out Hidden Hype. Shout out Rami. You know, Rami's my boss. You know, he's the one that pretty much got me in there. And you know, I respect his whole concept in his business. It's just the thing with there, you know, it's like a small business. You know what I mean? Like to stay there, you got to make sales. I'm not a salesman. And you know, that's one thing I've told him before. I'm not a salesman. You know, I'm a designer. You know, like I'm more on clothes. Yeah. You know, I'm just not a salesman. I never was. You know, I always told myself I can't sell, and that's the one thing where like, you know, I couldn't do. And
that's
like,
so funny. Like you sell clothes.
Yeah, I sell clothes.
But you don't.
But it's the thing. It's like I'm not a salesperson. So how I see it, you know what I mean? I get what you're saying.
Socially wise.
Or how I see it.
Like if I'm not interested, you won't even try to approach.
So how I see it, you know, everyone. This is just my opinion. Everyone can be their own critic on this. How I see it is like, me personally, I feel like I shouldn't force you to buy my brand. You know what I mean?
That's what
I think. I feel like, you know, people like see this shit and be like, that's dope. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, here, rock my shit. You know what I mean? I don't want you to just
in your face.
You know, I don't want to like, I don't want to hustle you. You know, like it's not a hustle. It's like, it's like I want people to fuck with my shit. You know what I mean? Like I think about it. You know, I want it. It has to be genuine. And it's like, you know, like why do I have to sell you my brand? You know, and that's one thing I remember, like a conversation from me and my old boss Rami. You know, he would tell me like, you know, he told me like in the big world. You know, and I believe him. You know, he's up there. You know what I mean? He has a good rep. And he goes to like Agenda, and you know, he talks to all the big, like he knows all like the big heads and like all the big like names and stuff. And you know, he told me like, you know, when I get there, like it's you need a mouthpiece, you know, you need to sell. But it's just how I see it. Like my opinion is like why do I have to? Like why? Yeah. That's just making it seem like I gotta force to sell my brand. I don't want that. I want people to actually fuck with my brand. You know what I mean?
You want to like,
you know what I mean? Like know the hype, like know the difference. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I get where he's coming from. You know what I mean? I totally get it. Just with me, that's just not the road I'm taking. You know, he might think like, nah, like, that's the wrong way. You know, I'd rather take that risk. You know, as I think about it, like, come on, do you think Supreme and Bape gotta force you? Hell no, bro. They got lines up the ass every single release. And that's the thing where I'm going towards, you know, like keeping it limited. I'm not trying to be a sellout brand, you know, I'm not trying to have my brand go into like a Zoomies, PacSun. That's how everything gets played out. Like think about it. You see someone out on the street. You see someone out on the street wearing the same shit you got on, that's gonna make you want to take it off. Like look at Diamond, bro. Diamond was popping.
Bro, I was like that in high
Diamond
school.
was popping for a cool ass time.
And
that's how everybody is. Everyone's the same way.
Everyone
wants the most limited shit. You know what I mean? That's why Bape and Supreme, Antisocial is so hot, and like Palace, all that's like so limited. That's so limited, and that's like the most genius way of doing it. And that's the same way I want to do it. Just because, you know, if you really think Supreme goes into like a Zoomies or a PacSun, that shit's dying out. That shit's falling off the market. Resale marketing and all that, all those sellouts is not happening no more.
I think they'll rather die out.
Exactly. That's how you die out. That's how Stussy died out for a minute. You know what I mean? And Stussy is one of my biggest influences, bro. Shout out Sean Stussy. Literally one of my big influences. And they're honestly, I feel like Stussy should be above Supreme just because they've been there in the game longer and they've been around a lot longer. Yeah. You know what I mean? But with Stussy, now they're like, you know, being more limited. You know, from what I was hearing from my resources, you know, they're getting pulled out of stores. You know, Zoomies, PacSun, or wherever they're selling it, they're all getting pulled out. They're only going to be limited at their actual Stussy stores and certain boutiques. You know what I mean? And that's how, that's exactly, that's how I feel like every
they're just going back to
every very hot streetwear brand should be. You know what I mean? Look at it. Like, I mean, if you're really into the streetwear game, if you look at like Billionaire Boys Club and like
But yeah, a new strategy. They just.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying I feel like with all these brands that are staying hot, it's just very limited. You know, like Off-White, Billionaire Boys Club, you know, Supreme, Babe, Palace. Like they're all popping and hot right now, just because they keep it limited. You can't go anywhere and just find. You gotta like, you know, you gotta go to the actual flagship stores. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing where I feel like where I saw it on one side from his side. So that's the side where I'm kind of trying to do. You know, you could only like eventually, you know, I'll do stores here and there just to get my name out. But eventually, like if I did go to that point where like, you know, I actually like made it as like a very
and you got like
high clientele.
Yeah.
Then it's just gonna be limited at my own store or just online through me. You know what I mean?
I like that.
You know, that's the strategy I'm going for. And
yeah, because then you can have your own shop and then, you know, do pop-ups out of
exactly
nowhere and like
exactly
release. Yeah.
So yeah, so then shit. So that's the way I did it. You know, I was telling him like, you know, I'm not a sales guy. You know, I'm a designer. And
that's cool, man.
And I was doing the calculations. Is like my releases were making me more money than me working there. You know, it was just a retail job. And I was like, damn, like, you know, my releases are making me more, like, and I was doing the calculations, like, it made me more enough for, like, make new product plus taking care of my bills. You know, so I was doing all the math, and I was like, I think I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't 100% sure, so I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you're still not.
Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. So
but that's, like, the key moment where it's like, okay, like, as soon as I make more income off, like,
exactly, it's all a balance, you know. It's all funding,
the
you know.
Retail,
exactly.
That's when you like let go of this one.
Exactly, and that's one thing where I want people to understand. It's like, you know, I'm not like grabbing your money, taking your money, and spending on some nonsense shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, you're supporting me. You know, like especially actually, now. You know, with my new shit coming out, I hope everyone cops. I literally pray and hope everyone fucks with it and cops. But it's really now, especially now more than ever, it's like it's just going to me. You know what I mean? I have no job right now. You know what I mean? So this is all going towards my brand, me pretty much growing and doing all the shit what I want to do. And it's just pretty much you supporting me, you know what I mean? With riding my wave, and if you see my vision and fuck with it, you know, help me out. You know what I mean? You get dope gear, great quality. You know, I'm not trying to finesse no one. That's the last thing on my mind. It's just more like, you know, pretty much just like of doing what I love, you know what I mean? Like, and no one's trying to do it 9 to 5 their whole life, you know what I mean? I mean, that's for you, then that's cool, you know what I mean? Like no hate. But that's just one thing I want to do for myself, and especially put on for my city, you know what I mean? Yeah. Other than Breezy, I think Breezy's doing a great job. And that's another like brand I look up to just because, shout out Breezy just because they're from like the same hometown.
They've been around for a minute too.
Yes, it's like I think
since
I think like 08 or something like that. Even I didn't find out till high school, but I think they were around since like 08 or something like that. Yeah. So shout out like, you know, Ryan and Flip doing their thing.
Yeah, so this next drop is key.
Yeah,
one of the biggest drops of his life.
So this
is gonna be a fucking eye opener too.
Yeah, so this drop is like the main drop, where it's like pretty much the test of where I stand in my brand, how I see it. It's like, I mean, even aside just not my brand, it's just like if people really like the designs. I mean, I'm very simple. I don't like the crazy designs type of shit. You know, that's really not me. Simplicity is key right now, honestly. And that's just always been my style. I'm a very plain dude. I did something different for the Suspect hoodies. Just wanted, like, you know, with me, when you're in the streetwear, I feel like you should always be open-minded. Try new things, you know what I mean? It might be hit or miss, but you should always be open-minded. So with the colors I did on the Suspect hoodie, the orange and yellow, I planned that days ago. I think I mocked that up, or not mocked it up, but I designed it, and the idea came probably like early January of this year, 2017. Okay. That's when I came up with it, and I was like, you know what, I liked it. Then, you know, me and my boy Dylan, you know, he did the whole mock-up, and then, you know, he fucked with it, and then when he did the whole thing, it just looked dope. And I was like, this needs to come out, like, for sure.
There was a controversial colorway that you came out with that a lot of people wanted.
Which one?
That black and white.
Oh, yeah. And I did my sample, the black and white.
People were
I did this. The exact same one was black and white. It was the black and white.
I've never seen it, but now that I'm like, envisioning it, I'm like,
bro.
okay.
It was literally a sample. Like pretty much no one else got it. Just me and like one other homie has it, and that's it. It was a sample. So when people like hit me up for it,
I was like, you got the black and white?
Yeah, everybody was like hitting me up.
I thought we were cool.
Yeah, exactly. I posted that up on Twitter and Instagram and Snap, bro, and like people were just blowing me up for it, and they're like, I need this, and like even people that never even bought my brand ever on Twitter hit me up for it. And I was like, damn, like people really fucking with this shit.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I like, obviously I kept the suspect for myself. So on my new job, I did the Infant Legacy in Old English, which is pretty much the same concept.
Right. Yeah.
So I came out with that. And so now everybody can copy it. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Same. It's literally the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No difference. It's just, I feel like this one's better for everyone just because it has my actual brand's name.
Cool.
Real
Quick, just for the people listening and the people that don't know, like myself, what does Infant Legacy stand for or mean to you, or what is it?
Everybody, that's like the number one question.
This is about to be like the 20th time I hear this.
Yeah, dude, probably like my 100th time hearing it.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
honestly, like, it's it's a funny name. You know, everyone kind of like infant. You know what I mean, like a baby.
Yeah,
that's what everyone's first come. You know, that's when I was a risk. I was like, damn, it kind of sounds low key lame. Because of a band, like it's kind of coming from myself, you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
oh
no,
is that
no?
Oh, I was about to say
no, has nothing to do with that. So Infant Legacy. So I thought of the name. I was obviously in high school and I was coming up with everything, and Infant Legacy came. So with me, I was like in the crew I was hanging with back in high school. We all had different styles, like all of us. Like it was like 4 of us. We all had our own style and taste. And we just look like a mutt, you know, like we're like a mutt crew, you know what I mean? And like if you think about it, everyone's like crew. If you think about it, like everyone has like the same, like, you know, when all your friends always have something in common. You guys all look alike, dress alike, because you guys have the same thing in common. With us, we were different. We had things in common, but our style was totally different.
Like that wasn't
like if you would see us in high school, you guys would be like, what the fuck? They all hang out. Like all 4 of us, bro. We all had different type of styles. We dressed differently. Some stuff we had like in common, which is cool. And so we all had our own style, and that's where that kind of gave me the concept and idea to start it.
Yeah,
is pretty much everyone having their own original style, you know, your original taste, and so I wanted to think of something like originality, something new, something different. So with me, I was looking like literally through a dictionary and like a thesaurus trying to get like ideas of originality, and I saw infant pop up as like first, early, and original. And so newborn, like a newborn.
That's badass.
So what I was thinking, I was like, all right, newborn, like a newborn trend, newborn legacy. So I wanted something new forever. Okay. You know what I mean? So like if you think about it, like if you think of a brand, everyone like aims at a crowd. You know, if you think of Diamond, you think of a certain crew. You think of Supreme, you think of a certain crew.
Like they have a target audience.
Like it has a target. You know what I mean? The thing with me, I don't want a target. That's why I want it to be for like everyone. Literally, I don't care how old you are, what you're into. I want my brand for everyone. I don't want have a specific target. So I want people to be open-minded. So that's why like, throughout the years, I'm very open-minded in fashion. I'm like literally so open-minded on fashion. Like I want ideas from everything. I want to mix everything in one. So I'm grabbing different types of styles and cultures into one. And that's kind of pretty much what it came from. And just for the whole infant legacy, that's literally what it is. It's pretty much like a newborn style, newborn legacy, newborn trend.
I think that's dope, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. At first, I was kind of like iffy about it
too, because it's like the newborn, but the legacy is like forever. So that's dope. You have that balance.
Exactly. So everyone's kind of like, at first when I told them, they're kind of like infant.
Yeah, first
like baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then once I told me, it kind of
once you hear the story behind it, it's like okay.
It's the
exactly.
Yeah,
the triangle thing was like my first thing. That was like my logo.
That shit sold out in high school though. Everybody was rocking that.
Low key.
Like the Buddha and the triangle.
Yeah, Buddha. Like, I was coming out some like random ass designs.
It was like over excessive like white printout like.
Yeah, like
over. A lot of white in there.
Yeah, it was some weird random shit. It was cringy,
it was before
bro.
me and him clicked. Like we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but it was whatever, man. Like I'm telling you that like it was growth, man. Dead ass. Like now looking, I still even got a picture from my old my Instagram like way back in there. Like, you see a fat stack of shirts that just chilled. Like, I did not sell shit in high school.
Yeah, but you sold to Raider Clan, though. Like
no, not Raider Clan.
No? What was that? What was that one?
UDF.
Oh, it was
Shout out UDF. UDF was, like, one of the first people I gave, like, free merch to.
Are they still around?
Yeah. BB Sun's still doing his music. Martyrs, a.k.a. Cass Grease. Coop.
Shout out them.
Koopa. Yeah, all of them, bruh. Like, they're, like, one of the first few heads. Paid Rosa, Free Dizzy. So, like, I still try to, like, talk to them and keep in contact. But they're, like, dope music, bro. Like, UDF's dope, man. I fucks with them.
They're from San Jose?
No, they're from Seattle.
Oh, no shit.
Seattle. Yeah.
Shout out,
so, like, my old homies I would be around with, like, they're the one that pretty much put me on them. And, like, yeah, their music's dope, bro. Like, for real.
This was back in high school, too, right?
It was like a year after I graduated.
Okay. So 2014.
Yeah, but then like I said, man, I did not just sell anything. It was like growth, bro, for real. Like not so much. Only like my close homies that wanted to support bought shit. But then I had to give out free shit. I had to do like giveaways, sales, like just to get the shit out, bro. Like I need to get rid of it. I had so much shit at home. I lost so much money. And I think finally when I got the buzz for my brand was in 2016 when I first released my pink waves. Once I did my pink waves, that's when like, that was like a major... my brand just...
Wait, was that just like... It was like just the wave, right? Oh yeah,
it was literally that.
I remember seeing that. I didn't know that was you. I didn't know that was you.
He released that wave in clothing first, like.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So actually,
right. I've seen it somewhere.
Actually, I know. Yeah. I don't know how I forgot about this, man. I left my boy Puga out of this. I don't know why I did that. Sorry, my mind's all over the place, and this drink is hitting me tough right now.
Shout out Hennessy.
Yeah, bro. Shout out this Henny, bro. Yeah, but no, my boy Puga, man. My boy Puga. So after my homie Yesenia. After my homie Yesenia, my boy Puga, he was actually part of my team. I don't know how I forgot about him, man. My mind's all over the place. But no, I can't leave my boy Puga out. My boy Puga was part of this shit. And he's actually the one that helped me design that pink waves. So he made that shit happen. Shout out to him, man. And when I told him the idea, he thought it was dope, you know. So we went to his pad, mocked that shit up. And we got it going. I was like, you know, I want to come out with this. That actually came out with the Diz in Peace Grim Reaper. Mac Dre, yeah. So actually, my boy Puga drew that shit.
Bro, now that you're talking about all this, like, I'm starting to come back. Yeah, it started to come back. Like, oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so
like, I didn't even know you, but I've seen it.
So actually, the waves came out 2015, and I did a capsule of the waves design in 2016. That's when it blew up. The waves was kind of whatever because I did it like on a hoodie. Okay. And when it came out with the Grim Reaper tee, and like, yeah, that's what Puga drew up. He drew it up dope, bro. I don't know how he did that. He had some crazy art skills. And Puga, yeah, man, I don't know how I forgot about him, but yeah, he helped me out with that shit. So he was a big impact on my brand between the years of like 2014 to like 2015 for sure.
Cool.
And then 2016, everyone fucked with that waves design, and people were telling me like, yo, like make it, like, you know, keep doing more of it or restock. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna just do a whole capsule.
Yeah. And
then it was dope because I was coming back from LA, finishing like the whole mock-up out there. I was on my cousin's pad, and on the way back, I remembered before, this was when Kanye was coming out with the Saint Pablo, or not the Saint Pablo, it was the album, the Life of Pablo. The name before it was supposed to be called Waves,
right?
And the release date was February 11th. So I was like, you know what? Like, I already had everything done. I was like, that's the release of the day. February 11th, the day Kanye drops Waves, is I'm gonna drop my Waves capsule. Then towards the end, he changed the shit, so I was like, oh, whatever, fuck it, I'm still gonna drop it. And once I dropped it, dude, on Twitter and like Instagram, like that shit just blew. I was so surprised, bro.
That was the first piece I bought.
That was one of the first few people, like, and it's crazy because, you know, after people were copying it, people were telling me like, oh, did you just start? And I'm just like, nah, like I've had my brands, like dead ass people thought I started.
That's funny.
Like that was my. They really
so fucking funny.
They really thought that was my first release ever as a brand, and I'm like, nah, I've been around since like 2013.
But it's just like the new rappers, like the ones that come out with a hit.
Oh yeah, just like the same thing.
But then it's like,
but they had music before.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go back and like,
okay, so for example, my boy Heem, he recently put me on J Balvin, and he's been around I didn't know until like
2015.
He's been around since 2015.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my boy Hyman put on me like J Balvin, bro. Like that dude's dope, and he's just one of the people like, yeah, he's been around for a minute, you know what I mean? And I fuck with J Balvin, tough. He has some dope ass music.
I haven't even heard his shit, but I've seen his name.
No, you've heard him, but you probably
we don't like.
Oh
okay.
Yeah.
I
understand.
But no, yeah. So from 2016, I think once the Pink Waves came out, that's what kind of gave me my buzz off Twitter, and it just grew from there.
You know,
and I try to stay steady from there. But go ahead.
You know what's crazy? That wave has been around for a while, and he's like one of the first. Like I said, he was one of the first people to like have that wave in clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Timothy DeLeghetto. Like shout out to DeLeghetto. Mm-hmm. He just released something with that wave in the back. Same concept.
Really?
So I told him it's cool that you have the same concept as like celebrities, and again, you
way
can afford them.
Yeah, way
like
before.
Kim Kardashian, like shout out Kim K, but like she barely did the dad hat like last year with the wave on it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
so
cool that he came out with it before the celebrities. So I told him it's sick that celebrities have the same pretty much mindset as you. Like,
Same
They're
vision.
very late
millionaires,
though.
pretty much.
yeah. So it's like, so honestly, well, the one thing I really appreciate like about German is like he keeps me going. Like deadass. German is probably one of like my most motivators I got, like the best motivator for real.
Best hype man.
Straight, he's like, yeah, shout out German, brothers. Literally, this guy's my brother. Both of these guys are my brothers. And German keeps me steady and going, bro. He literally motivates me and keeps me going all the time. And even with people we just meet, bro, like deadass, people we meet, you know, he'll remind them like, oh, it's my boy Daniel, you know, like he's like a fashion guru, you know. If you need fashion tips, like you know,
there's a funny joke I tell about him, but he takes it offensively. But I mean, I joke around a lot, so
Yeah.
So like I pretty much told him he's like the HBK version of fucking Ian Connor.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ian Connor. Ian Connor is like he's the one
Well,
that came out with those vans. It's like those vans, but it has this bolt on it.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
Ian Connor
yeah,
designed
yeah,
those, and honestly the shoe's dope. Shoe's dope. I'm not even gonna hate. So shout out Ian Connor and stuff, but so he would call me the Ian Connor of like HBK, and the reason why the whole HBK thing started is because when I came out with my Mac Dre shirt, and speaking of that, like that's what like took me on a whole nother level. Shout out Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco is the dude that made it happen. So shout out to him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have as much clientele as I would. So shout out my boy Benny. Yeah. So when I came out with that shirt, you know, he told me, he's like, yo, like, Cool John needs this shirt, bro. Like he needs it. And I was like, yo, hit him up, you know, like so hit him up. And then the cool thing was, you know, Cool John was on the lineup for Mac Dre Day, you know, because every year
they do the Mac
Dre like show every year for like his birthday. So for Dre Day, you know, he rocked it. That's when it like kind of took off, you know what I mean? And from then on, that's when like.
Did you like fanboy a little bit? It was like, yo, Cool John's.
No. Like I try to keep it cool. Literally every single celebrity I've ever run into, like me, you know, I always try to keep it cool. I'm not trying to be that person, you know. So when like me and Benny went to like Oakland to like their pad, I think it was like Cool John was there, and I think Skipper. I think Skipper was there, and yeah, it was cool. Just talking to him, chopping it up with him. You know, he fucked with the tee. Yeah, he wore it that same night. That same night, he had like a show for like with like a 40 ounce. And then the next day was Dre Day, so he rocked it both. And then like I had homies there, so they were just like snapping me, like, dude, you know what I mean? And I was like, it was a great feeling. It was dope, bro. It was dope as fuck. So shout out Benny, shout out Cool John and all them. And then from there, like everybody was calling me like HBK Trips. You know, they're trying to make me HBK affiliated.
Oh yeah.
Then everybody was making me like making jokes out of it, and then, so that's why German started the whole like.
I was like, hey, kind of like HBK now, low key.
Yeah, so German
just jokes though, you know.
German would call me the Ian Connor of HBK just because I'm very into fashion. You know what I mean? Like I'm really into fashion, bro. Like
he taught me some shit about fashion that I wouldn't like.
Yeah, bro. Like like honestly, it's like one thing I just love. Like I'll spend so much money on it. Like I've spent hundreds and $1,000s on clothes, bro. Like I'd buy like $500 hoodies and jackets. I spend like $300-$400 on shirts. Like I'm really into the game. You know what I mean? Shoes. Shoes are not too crazy. I'd rather spend more on clothes. As weird as that sounds. But yeah, like see when me and German go to LA every time, because you know I take him with me all the time. We're in LA and like we cash out, bro. Like I buy some new shit all the time. Like I think there was a time when I was like making bank when I was working at FedEx and Mainland at the same time. I'd probably easily spend like at least a rack in LA every time I go. Easily, at least. That's the minimum. Yeah. I'd come back with some new shit, you know, new clothes, new shoes. You know, I would just cash out, bro.
So
it sounds like you got like strong ties to LA. So like, is that why you're releasing it over there first?
With my boy actually really put me on. My boy Brandon. So shout out Brandon BQ. You know, he's doing his whole like Emlyn exclusive. You know, great concept, great platform, just like you guys. Getting like the whole upcoming of like brands and stuff.
Entrepreneur in the making.
Yeah, he's a genius, bro. Yeah. Deadass. He's one of the most motivated people I've ever met, and I could learn a lot from him, and I'm still learning from him. And he was actually after I hit you up telling you about I quit my job. I texted him right after. I was like, yo, Brandon, I just quit my job, and he was like, dog. He was like, you literally just jumped off a cliff right now, but we're gonna build a plane on the way down. You know what I mean?
There we go.
So my boy knows what's up because he did the same thing for Emlyn exclusive. Like he was doing that full time, bro. He quit his job and was doing that, and he learned from it. You know what I mean?
Wait, say that again. his brand.
The MLN exclusive.
They used to do interviews here, right? They started.
I remember seeing them at Dianza.
Yeah. So he does a pop-up shop in Dianza. So he's doing his own platform for upcoming.
Cool,
so he's pretty much, he's literally trying to be the Dr. Dre, like in producing, but with brands. You know what I mean? Like when so his, you know how like I don't know if you know
your local brand.
So what Dr. Dre would do, he would like teach and help people, upcoming rappers for production, even producers. So he's trying to do the same thing, pretty much to get you out there.
Cool.
And that's what he's going for, which is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I think San Jose really needs that, especially and he doesn't even get San Jose brands. He's getting brands from everywhere. He's getting brands from everywhere, bro. Yeah, he's got brands from everywhere, which is dope. And we're doing a collab for a booth out in LA. So that's why I'm debuting my new stuff in LA called Sneaker Pop-Up. It actually originated here in Oakland from what I heard. And so that's what we're doing. Thought it was a great idea, good hype, you know, hype the shit up, you know. So I'm hoping it does good in LA, you know, because he tells me, bro, like when he does, because he takes my shit to events. You know, he does Sneaker Con, and he'll snap me or text me, let me know, like, yo, like people were fucking with your brand, you know. Process. He's like, I sold this shit today from your brand, like and then like he told me at Sneaker Con Vegas, some guy bought a couple of things from my brand, and after once my boy Brandon got home, the same guy hit him up. He's like, I need another shirt from that brand. And I was like, it's a great feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
so that's what's dope. It's like, you know, like not only people in San Jose fuck with my shit, but people from even like other areas. And the crazy part too,
I'm gonna cut you off. Can I go take a piss real quick? Because I can't hold it right now.
Go ahead,
Should we pause this? Or?
We took a little break, but we're back. Wanted to jump into you quitting your job and moving to LA. What's going on with that?
Yeah, so that's like the process. Still nothing for sure, just because, I mean, the place I was staying at or planning to stay was my cousin's house, and my Ninos live there. So I don't know if they're like gonna be cool with it. You know what I mean?
Just so with the bag.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, like, you know, that's where we always stay at when me and German go. But me actually physically like staying for a little bit.
Yeah, right. Like it's cool for like, a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so my cousin told me when I go, like this upcoming weekend or next weekend, I mean, it's just to ask them. But I'm pretty sure they might be cool with it. I'm not gonna plan to stay a long time. Yeah. Like I'll probably stay like for like maybe like a month or two.
They bring it up too, you know.
And they're my godparents, you know what I mean? So they're like literally my second parents. So shout out to them. Literally, like they're helping me out a lot with this shit. Just because every time I'm in LA, I stay there. So you know, like if this shit happens and like you know make it big, you know, I'm for sure gonna repay them. But yeah, so with the whole thing of me debuting my shit in LA, I feel like it's a perfect opportunity to hype it up a little bit. That's when I linked up with my boy Brandon, you know, with his MLink exclusive stuff. So we decided to get 2 tables and, you know, back to back and just do a cool collab. And he knows all these events. I've only done a few events, and the most recent one was Baystock. You know, that's when I first met you. That was my like first event in like a long time. I didn't do much events. It was just more just sales on like social media.
Cool, yeah.
So I remember there was a time like we didn't know if you were gonna come through to.
Yeah, there was that gap. Dude, we didn't know if you were sliding.
Bro, so dude, I did that shit so last minute. I literally did Baystock.
It was like a week up or some shit.
Yeah,
a couple days.
I was like, you know what? I need to do it. I haven't done an event in a minute, and this is the first event that's Jay that I've seen. I was like, I gotta do it. Like, fuck it. So I did that shit super last minute. So the release I did there, I did it low key last minute, cause I was like trying to take my time with it. So all my designs I do like a year prior, maybe 6 months to a year behind of my release. So I always do everything.
So you already have something planned
for next year, like I got some shit sorted out. Nothing official, but pretty much the concept and idea
is locked in.
Pretty much. And yeah, so for Baystock, I just rushed that shit. I was like, fuck it, we need to do it.
Why was at work? I had a...
Yeah, when I was working and German had to like fill in for some shit for me, and then like
like tablecloth, like
they even set up for me, like they all set up for me at Baystock.
You guys showed up.
So shout out to my boys and my homies for that.
Cool, man. Yeah, glad you came through, man. Added to what we were trying to do. Yeah, you guys added definitely,
you came through with the whole mob too. I mean,
honestly, bro, I was surprised. Like a lot of people were just chilling in my booth, and I was with it.
Yeah, it
made it kind of cool. So
for sure.
And honestly, I made a lot of sales that day. Surprisingly, I made a lot of sales.
Oh shit, okay.
I was
one.
Yeah,
I copped the Mac Dre one.
Shout out to you. That's a very rare piece, bro. A lot of people till today still hit me up for that Mac Dre piece.
Nah, when I wear it around, bro, they're like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" I'm like, "Fuck that." They sold out. Like,
yeah, for real. People still hit me up, and I'm like, "No, none of that shit's like even in stock."
Yeah, for sure, dude. So, there's like some talk of like, when people get, or like, pretty much in San Jose, like if you're rapping or if you're an artist or you're trying to like get a clothing brand
anything
going.
like creatively.
Yeah. There's that like mindset where it's like, man, I gotta go to LA. Like I'm not gonna pop off in the city. Gotta hit LA. For you, I understand it because you have you have some building blocks already over there. And for a couple of other homies that I know that want to go over there, they already have some building blocks. But what do you think about that whole mindset? Like I can't pop off in my city.
So how I see it, if you're doing anything clothing, music related, New York and LA is your spot. For sure.
It's like the hub.
But I mean, like, don't think like I was just talking about this thing just yesterday. Don't think just because I'm gonna go to LA, I'm gonna make it. Fuck no. There's so much competition in LA. You might be like a cool name in your own city, but once you go to LA, you're like down in the dirt from the list. You know what I mean? There's so much competition, so much people that already got like a few steps ahead of you.
Yeah.
So you gotta be putting in major work.
Yeah.
Like, major work.
And that's what I think some people don't really get. Like when I hear
just 'cause,
people
like,
talk,
yeah,
they're like, nah, I'm gonna go to LA. I'm just like,
If you go to LA, just know you gotta put in some
Yeah,
double the
you're
work
ready.
from what you're already doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And make connections. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Make
Exactly.
connections. Social media is key right now.
Yeah.
Social media is what literally everyone wants and needs. And that's how everyone's blowing up. You know what I mean? Everyone's blowing up.
That's what we were talking about. The social media is the game, dude. That's the game. Like
social media marketing.
Yeah, once you have followers, like it's just like.
And at the same time, dude, it's like I speak it with like a bunch of people. It's like literally not what you know, but who you know. You make one good connect, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like that's literally what it is. And it's crazy, but true. That ass, man. You could be like nobody one day. You made the right connection of like, you know, meeting someone, you could just blow up like in one night. You know what I mean?
So like, why don't you have like a social media influencers like rock your shit to get your name out there more?
That's a good question.
Like, is just something like you don't want to do?
I don't know.
Or you're just not.
You know,
really
Germans
brought that up.
Germans bring that up, like has brought up like that idea and question so many times, and I don't know. I think it's just with me. I have a lot of pride in myself and my brand. So it's like I hate handouts. You know what I mean? I'm the type where like I'd rather make it on my own. But I mean stuff like that. Then I mean when it comes with like celebrities and artists, you know, I'd always hook them up. You know what I mean? Like one of my first few people was from like Larry June. Larry June got one of my
stay healthy on the punk.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Larry June, man. Goddamn.
That's crazy.
And he was one of them. And then like I sent some to like Bruiser Brigade, you know, with like Danny Brown and Dopehead. Me and Dopehead are like Danny
Is that
Brown.
the one from England?
No, he's from Detroit. You're thinking of Danny Seth.
Danny
Seth's from England. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm talking about Danny Brown. So I sent like a care package to them. You know, me and Dopehead became really cool. And he just dropped a new music video. Sunshine. He's rocking one of my old jackets from like 2014. I just posted on my Instagram, so you guys should go peep that out.
There's rare photos of Larry June wearing your shit too.
Yeah, I got a pic of Larry June rocking my old shit. Sucks that it's not like, you know, one of the dope things I like right now. It's one of the shits I look back and I was like, oh, that shit was whack. You know what I mean?
But shout out Larry June for supporting.
Shout out Larry June for supporting though. You know.
Yeah.
And then some other people, you know, ASAP was one of them. You know, ASAP Nast. You know, he was able to get a tee from the Mac Dre. You know, he was a very hard person to get in contact after like everyone tagged me on that post on Twitter. But shout out to everyone who tagged me. Yeah, for real. Shout out to everybody.
Like, I want that.
Yeah,
shit.
bro. You told me straight up. You know, so shout out ASAP Nast. I wasn't sure if he wore it that night or if he still has it. Playboy Cardi got the tee, so shout out Benny for giving him the tee.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
so my boy Benny. Shit, I wish. But my boy Benny, he shot Playboy Cardi's tour and like or his like show in Santa Cruz. So I gave it to Benny. Benny gave it to him. I don't know if he still has it or not, but either way he got it. So shout out both of them for that. And yeah, no. So for the whole LA thing, man, like you gotta put in major work, bro. Like for real, like major work. And like I said, it's like not like an overnight thing. Like I've been doing this shit for a few years now, and like that shit still took me a while. And then until today, like I'm still pushing. Like I'm not literally where I'm at, where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still got a whole like way ahead of me.
So what do you want to be like? What is
like
your,
as long as like
aspirations
it's pretty much like my goal is just like becoming one of like the brands people look up to, man. I want my own flagship store, man. I want people lining up for my shit.
Nice.
And everyone just like, I want that, like I just want that hype, you know, as weird as it sounds, I want that hype, you know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming from like San Jose, you know, San Jose doesn't really have anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy too, cause like, you know, I get people from Twitter like hitting me up randomly saying like, oh, I don't know you, but I fuck with your brand. Like I get that multiple times, and it's from different cities, different areas.
I'm pretty sure that's just like extra.
And it's dope as fuck. You know, it gives me motivation. You know, people
Yeah.
actually fuck with my shit that don't even fucking know me. You know what I mean? People don't even know me. They're buying my shit, which is
I
cool.
mean, they're gonna know you after this podcast.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That shit, that'd be dope. You know what I mean? And then like at the same time, it's like I've had people tell me that I'm probably one of like the brands behind Breezy Excursion, which is crazy. I personally might not really see it. I feel there's a lot of other great brands out here, but people tell me like I'm right behind Breezy. Because honestly, I don't care what anyone says. Breezy's doing it for San Jose. I feel like they're the top dog brand in San Jose, and people like telling me like people I'm not even that cool with tell me like I'm behind Breezy, which is dope as fuck.
Yeah,
Straight up dope.
No,
you know what I mean? They
it's,
see me like that. I think that's dope as fuck.
It's
So that
very
that
telling
keeps me
to what
going.
you're doing.
In the team?
Yeah, I got no one else.
Nice.
Literally,
I
just
think,
like
I think that's tight that people see you, but you don't.
yeah, exactly.
it's
I
like
don't,
the-
even, I don't
it's
even
that-
see myself at that level yet.
Me and him always go back like we're like that underdog forever.
Yeah.
Underdog mentality,
forever,
like
bro.
just grind, just
Exactly,
grind. Keep
exactly.
grinding.
It's about the process, man. It's not like, but I like that you have that bigger picture in mind, and that it's a big enough goal. Cause some people have goals, but they're not big enough. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you need to fucking shoot. Like, you need to shoot your shot, bro. So that's good.
exactly what I did when I quit my job, man. I was like, I need to like do it now,
You
do it
go.
young. You know what I mean?
And do it young. Fail
do it young. You feel
young.
me?
Yeah.
I was literally talking to
So
my cousins about it. Like at dinner the other day, we were at BJ's and like I was talking to both of them. And they're even telling me, like, I told them, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna quit my job. Like, I'm gonna do my brand full time. And she was just telling me, she's like, yeah, you should. Like, you know, you like, you're not married. You know, you don't have a girlfriend. Like,
Yeah, you have no
not
kids.
trying to throw shots, but like, no kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No mortgage to pay. You know, shout out my parents. You know, I don't really gotta pay mortgage or
Yeah,
rent.
yeah.
You know, I pay for every other bill though, so don't get me wrong. You know, I pay my bills. You know what I mean? I take care of my family. But
this is the time.
But yeah, it's better to do it young. You know, I'm 22.
now or
I'm
never.
like
Yeah.
22 years old. Might as well take advantage of being young and not having crazy responsibilities and all that.
Exactly.
know what I mean?
No, now's the time. And
You hear
it's,
that a lot too. Is like you can get the 9-to-5 job at any point you want.
Yeah, you can always go back to.
regular. Yeah.
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 Unfortunately, that's how it always.
I feel you. That's 100% true. But that's dope that you took that leap of faith right
Yeah.
now when you're.
That's
still
what,
on
and that's what
grind.
people were telling me. Like when I posted it, people were like, "Damn, like you're really separating yourself from others." You know, what I mean, I'm just trying to prove the fact, like, you know, this brand thing is not like jokes and shit. Like, no,
Yeah,
this
it's not
is
talk,
serious. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
me,
It's
bro.
not
This
really
is like
talking.
real
It's
shit.
not talk, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm leaving my day job to do this shit. You know what I mean? So I'm separating myself to prove to everyone, like, you know, I'm for real about this shit.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And it's important for people that are viewing and that like are, you know, we're saying do it young, but if you're barely starting, like people got to keep in mind that you started 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
I
gotta
started
be-
You're at a
high school,
point where
bro.
you
gotta be
where you
practical,
can.
too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
Realistic.
not even trying to like make it seem like crazy. I just want like people seeing this right now. Like I just want them to be motivated. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
exactly.
Like, and I'm not even like
Don't
where I
quit your
want to
job.
be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
don't
Like,
quit your
do it.
job,
Don't quit
yeah.
your job.
Like,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Do it
yeah,
when
yeah.
you know it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
see,
Yeah.
like don't get it wrong. Like
Don't
he-
get it wrong. This
Yeah.
is not gonna last forever. You know,
Yeah,
eventually,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
I might get a job again. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
I will get a
exactly.
job again. But it's
That's
just
just
dope.
real.
You know, I get to say like, you know, there was a time I quit my job. I said, fuck it, I'm out. I'm gonna do what I want and I'm gonna do what I love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's the cool of me
Exactly.
being able to say that.
Yeah, like they say, you could fail at something you don't love, so might as well fail at something you love that you do
Yeah.
love.
So
You can always go back to the
exactly.
regular
So
bullshit
this,
that people
so this
do
whole
every
winter
day.
shit, man. This new winter like that I'm debuting in LA is like gonna be the real test.
Mm.
So you know, like December 10th is the LA release, and then December 15th is the like online and worldwide and shit. You know, so that's gonna be the real test of like where I go and where I stand at. You know,
That would like the test in the water for
test.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like personally he'll get a lot more respect because honestly, I've never heard of anybody quit their job to pursue their dreams. Like, this is
Like
the first time
around
in a
here.
while.
I
Like,
feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like,
Which is
I
like,
feel
which is no hate to everyone trying to do their thing and having a job. You know, everybody got family, everybody got bills.
yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
it's like
That's
everybody
what we're
has a
talking about.
different
Like,
path.
that's
This
what we're
is
talking
the
about.
path that Danny
Paths.
decided to take.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
don't go broke. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I might go a little bit broke, but it's like, you know, I'm maintaining my shit. Like I said, I only have a certain amount of money in my bank account chilling right now. So
Exactly.
it's like, you know, taking that risk. I'm saying, fuck it.
Yep. Cool, man. Cool.
My question right here, real quick.
Oh,
is-
you have some questions for us.
Yeah, with
Okay.
both y'all.
good?
When did this shit start? Like, when did
A
y'all?
long interview.
This would be a long interview. I don't give a fuck, man. This
Is
shit
this
gonna be-
allowed?
Is this allowed?
I'm looking at it like, yo, is this allowed? Can
Yeah,
they
is this
ask?
I'm trying to make it like I'm trying to make it about you guys. You know,
Whose
'cause I-
podcast is this now?
Look,
like,
yeah, I know,
this is
right?
like-
Plot twist.
I was like, I'm about to make
Yeah.
my own broadcast.
Title, like, Danny's interview plot twist. Big ass plot twist.
For real, big plot
Stay
twist
tuned,
right now.
stay
Y'all be the
tuned.
first person, because this is my first time hanging out with y'all, meeting y'all.
If
So
you guys
it's
still
cool,
watching,
it's cool.
Stay tuned. 'Cause
Stay
you
tuned.
guys-
If y'all
you
even made it
guys
this
might
far-
be surprised who's gonna
Shout out
get
to y'all
questions
who made it
asked.
this far.
That's hella long.
If y'all made it this far, shout out to you. And honestly,
Yes.
watch this shit when you're bored. Like, if you're not doing nothing at home, just
Yes,
watch
sir.
this whole fucking interview. But what I want to know is what made you, how you guys met, which you guys could start off, and then what made you guys want to do this? Because I'm very curious, which is dope, because I've never met anyone else doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a dope platform and a dope thing you guys got going.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, I met Josh through a good friend, Mark. You know Mark.
Okay.
It's my boy.
We met like
End of summer 2013, right after we
2013.
graduated high school. So I
Okay.
went to Lincoln, right up north.
Okay, I
in
know.
Santa
What
Clara.
Lincoln is. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, Mark,
yeah, like
through his entire like fucking elementary, middle school, high school, he would like kind of switch from San Jose to Morgan Hill area.
Oh, okay.
So he would know people in Morgan Hill, obviously know me from San Jose. So
Okay.
like,
That's how
Me
you
and
guys
him-
linked up.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
how we linked. And then but like you know, short story long.
Short story
fucking
long. It was just like one of those bonds that you just
Y'all
like
just
click
click,
right away.
click.
But like every time we go out, which is every fucking weekend,
at that time,
At that
yeah,
time.
it was
That's
every
us, man.
fucking weekend, bro.
That's us,
like
bro.
we turn
That's-
up and then an extra 3 hours in the whip just bullshitting
just
and talking.
bullshit,
so.
bro. So like, it got to the point like where like we started growing and having similar visions on like where to take everything, and we were chilling in his whip right outside. It was like 3 a.m., bro. We had just came back from downtown San Jose.
Yeah.
And we're like kind of faded. We're just chilling in his whip, just talking, and we're like, man, why don't we start recording this shit? Like we do it all the time. Like
So just like interviewing, just talking. Y'all just like to talk.
So yeah, so then we're like, let's start a
Podcast.
podcast, and we saw that nobody was doing it in San Jose that we knew of at the time.
That's why I thought it was genius. Like I said, I didn't see this until Norman's interview. Like Posy, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Like this is dope.
Okay.
And once I found out it was you, I was like, oh shit, like this is tight, man. I fuck with what you guys got going
Yeah,
on. It's dope.
that's-
Something different.
That's cool.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying, you guys would for sure stand out from this. No one else is doing it. Not that I heard of. No one else is doing it. So I think it's dope. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
we-
So great come up for everyone that's doing like y'all being a rapper out there doing clothes. Y'all for sure should do an interview. Get you a cool platform.
Yeah, man.
So shout out Josh and Ant. Y'all should for real
For
tune
sure.
in with them.
For sure, man. I mean, we didn't have like plans on interviewing people. It was just gonna be us just
It was gonna
talking,
be us,
right?
But like it just evolved into something else.
It was just
But-
yeah,
but
like
it's
people
cool,
people
like,
hit us up and
we
like
went
let's
with
get
it.
an interview.
Yeah.
Like fuck. it,
Another
let's do
thing
it.
with like that's doing the same thing was my boy Tyler, the whole cracking cold ones.
Well, I saw
Tyler
that
Costa?
recently.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah. I
out
saw
Tyler
that.
Costa.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I really want to be on that. So
Yeah,
Tyler,
yeah.
if you're watching this, I'm trying to be on your broadcast. For real, that cracking cold one's dope, and they be sipping beer. I don't really drink beer, but I'll drink beer for that occasion.
Yeah, I
you did
mean,
the Edward
I
Scissor
might
hand.
just have to
Edward
one up
40
them.
hands.
Yeah,
One time.
Fuck that.
Shocking, dude.
Fuck that. I've
Yeah,
never
nah.
done that. I don't want to. I've seen that shit.
You
I've
know
been
what's funny? I wanted to one up this video where you kickflip. Instead of doing the kickflip, I was gonna do the
Oh, no.
kickflip underflip.
Did you see that
A
video?
harder
Yeah, I
trick,
saw it, I
harder
saw it.
trick.
Tyler, he cracked that beer after he
That's
did
a
that
legend.
kickflip.
I don't know the
Legend,
guy,
legend.
but he seems like a legend already.
Yeah,
man.
so
I don't
I
know
feel
the
like
guy.
even if I one up him, I'm not gonna do.
Shout out
like,
Tyler though, for real.
numbers.
Real quick about Tyler Costa. He actually in the beginning of my brand, he was actually shooting my photo shoot.
Okay, cool.
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Cool.
So me and him, we go way back. I met him at Mainland,
Okay, nice.
and and we met there, and he was a photographer, and I told him like, yo, I'm online, like, we should link up. And he was like, yeah, and he was down. Ever since then, like, he was with it. He
Yeah.
did my shoot. It was with him, and like after him, I had a couple people do my shoot. So it was him, and then my boy Daniel Steezy. If y'all really familiar with Steezy, he's
Yeah,
a dope
yeah.
ass photographer.
Follow him on
Really be
Twitter.
shooting.
Yeah, really be shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out Steezy one time. And then after him is my boy Benny Blanco. He's been doing my recent shoot, and he's actually doing my winter shoot too. So
Cool.
I try to get everyone involved from like SJ, you know
That's
what I mean?
good, man. And that's what like we came to like a point too. Like, hey, like let's just that was the whole point of Base Talk. This is the whole point of War Radio.
It's unity.
Just unity, man.
Unity.
Get everybody together. You know,
know,
I
like
get where you're from, as long as you're from San Jose.
You know
Yeah.
how I see it. Like when I see all the criticism, I was literally just telling my boy Jaime earlier, like everyone's a critic on fucking Twitter. You know what I mean? Everyone's
sure,
a fucking
bro.
critic.
Opinions out the
That's
ass.
what sucks, though. Everyone can be a critic.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
it's
like,
just people's opinion.
but it's
Yeah,
opinions. You know what I mean? I
absolutely.
respect opinions. Like
You can tell the good opinions.
the
from
thing
the
was
bad
like, I see
Yeah.
people tweet, it's like, people tweet and talk about like, oh, everyone talks about supporting locals, but some locals are shitty. you know, either
I seen
whack
that.
clothes,
I
whack
seen
music.
that. It's like,
Which-
I'm gonna support it if it's cool.
Exactly. I totally understand, and I'm 100% about that. So don't get me wrong. So it's 50-50. Support your locals, but yeah, I mean, if your opinion is just you don't fuck with it, that's totally fine. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want people, like I said earlier, I don't want people fake fucking with my clothes.
Yeah, but like
Exactly.
you just gotta be like honest.
Yeah, but
like,
everyone's a
if you don't
critic.
fuck with
But
it,
I
don't
mean, like,
fuck with it.
there's a difference from just hating and just like opinion. So there's a little bit of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because if you want to hate on the person, it's like, you know, I want to see people do better. Like if you're hating on someone's music, like I want to see you rap. I want to see you produce.
Yeah.
I want to see
Some
you
people just do
design.
it for like,
You know what I mean? It's
And
like
it's
I want to
people-
see you actually do the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
the
that
people
easy.
critiquing don't.
Yeah, exactly.
aren't
Like I said,
anything.
there's different from like not fucking with it and just being a plain hater. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like there's a balance. And there's some people, you know, I see people coming up for music. You know, me personally, I'm not a fan. You know, there's people that I see on Twitter or like anywhere, like on SoundCloud, that's from like local. I'll admit, I don't fuck with your music, but
Yeah.
I mean, do your thing. That's just my opinion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just because I don't fuck with your music or clothes doesn't mean I don't fuck with you as a person.
I feel like you can always respect that. Like
You
you're
know,
the boss. and
exactly.
do
Like, don't take it
anyway.
as disrespect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
a
like,
lot of people. That happens a lot.
Like
of
they're
times.
they're hating on that one kid.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like they were just hating on it for like
but I know
retweets
who you're
and
talking
shit.
about. But the kid, I don't remember his name. But dude, like, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I saw his
Hey,
I saw
let
his
him
post. You know what I mean? Like let him do. You know what I mean? It was his first video, first thing doing it.
Yeah, that's
Do your
exactly what I'm
thing.
trying to get at.
You know
It's
what I
like
mean?
we're seeing people at the beginning stages, and like we didn't see you at your beginning stages.
My
but,
beginning
like,
stage was
imagine
years
if you
ago,
came
but I was
out
saying
now,
thing. If I came out now, I'd
people
get
be like,
so
"Yo, what
much
the
hate.
fuck?" Right?
You'd get
So we're-
flamed.
I'd
we're-
get flamed.
So we're
like a
seeing
mother-
people at the
Back then,
beginning
it'd be bad,
stages.
it'd be
We're
bad.
seeing people at the beginning stages, and then we're just like, "Yo, this shit's whack."
I'd get roasted. I'd cry.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's
I'd be in
it's
my
hard
room
to
crying.
judge that because it's their first shit.
It's
You
just
know?
like it's just,
Exactly.
they're not even bringing like.
But shout out that dude for.
Yeah,
You're
bro.
not
He
mature.
was
you gotta
being-
have big.
about it.
You gotta have big fucking
he
balls,
was being
bro,
a
to-
team player, bro,
Yeah.
for
Some shit
real.
like
They're
Which
not-
is cool.
They're
I
not
mean,
even
whatever.
being, like,
He's
constructive.
still
He
learning.
set a good example for like.
He did set a good example, and he
He
took
set a
it.
really good
Yeah,
I
example.
sent this shit to Ant.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I want to get this kid on a podcast just because he has the balls to not only put out the video, then
Exactly.
to seeing everybody like respond to it. and
Exactly.
critique
Whatever.
It.
I mean, like, you
And
know,
he
like,
put up like a post like, yo, like y'all
like,
can say
I mean,
whatever
whatever. Like,
the
his
fuck you
music
want,
is
that's
music. You
fine.
know what I mean? Like me, I'm not
He's
gonna
like
say
nine-
much about it, but that
I'm not
was
gonna
him.
say he's J. Cole, but like he's
You know,
doing his thing.
so, you know,
bro.
he's
Like,
doing his
yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? He's learning from it. You know what I mean?
Not
Like I
every
said,
song is always gonna be your best song. Like,
like
there's
it's
big
always
artists that
growth,
have
bro.
trash
There's
shit.
always
It's
growth.
growth, man.
It's
So,
growth.
like, it's like how you
J.
gonna
Cole,
knock
there's a
somebody?
point when J. Cole just started. There's a point
Yeah,
when
everyone-
And he
Nas,
didn't get big till
everyone-
like
Years,
way like 26.
years,
So that's
bro.
the thing.
So,
I
like,
just feel like with Twitter, just everyone just knows the difference. You know what I mean? From
Yeah.
a critic to a hater.
Not everyone's perfect.
Exactly,
Everyone's gonna
man.
have trash material at one
Exactly.
point.
But
Even,
I
like,
support, you know, I see people, there's like, you know, like I see, there's music and artists I fuck with in SJ.
oh, for
real.
sure,
There's dope
bro.
music out here.
For sure.
And,
There's some
like, yeah,
fucking
like-
talent out here.
Yeah, and some brands, I mean, like not too many. I feel like it feels a lot more music out here than clothes. You
True.
know what I mean? So I
True.
don't really see too many like clothes out here. But
Which is good and bad.
yeah,
Which is good and bad.
easy for
More
me.
more good, yeah.
You know, I
more
don't gotta
good.
worry
That's
about
what I was about to
competition
say.
and shit,
Yeah,
so
less
I'm, like,
competition.
doing my thing. But
Kukui's out there though.
Kukui,
That's
Breezy,
That's been like
a
gone
minute
for a while.
No, they're still around. They still have their
I
store.
haven't seen that shit like
They're
come
still have
back
their
in a
store.
while.
But see, with Kukui, that's for like the culture. You know, that's straight culture right there. That's
Yeah,
straight
what
for,
are
like,
they? Are they
it's like
like
tribal, you know, it's
Tribal,
like
like-
Samoan,
Yeah.
Hawaiian type,
Yeah.
which is dope. Which is feel like I
Shout
feel
out
like
Kukui, though.
see, that's something I feel like I can't really rock. You know what I mean? It's like something very culture and like you know what I mean, something very like towards their culture. It's like very like I said, it's like it's just for them. You know what I mean? I feel like it just making me look weird. Just
Yeah,
rocking
yeah,
some
yeah.
tribal shit.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
I
I feel
got
you.
nothing. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
So for the culture, what are your thoughts on Coco?
Oh, I love. I saw that shit twice.
No
Oh,
shit.
well.
I saw that shit
Twitter,
twice.
For
I
real?
saw
My
Coco.
man.
I saw
My
Coco
man.
twice, English and Spanish, bro.
My man,
I went with my homie to watch that shit.
bilingual bitch.
For real, dude. Support
Shout out
the
to
culture.
bilinguals.
Support the culture,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Shout
yeah.
out Disney for that movie. That movie's great.
I still haven't
Si
seen
puedes
that.
hablar español and
For
English,
real,
you're
andale,
good.
yeah,
Can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see it, bro.
I had a
I'm
random
sleeping.
guy here.
yeah.
Bro,
That
dude,
movie's
I can't
great.
wait to see it either.
I need to
heard
watch
hella good
it.
shit about it.
Yeah, bro.
I
I
had a
heard,
random
I
guy
heard
here
people
to
teared
watch
up
it.
like 50 times. Like,
Yeah,
oh
my
shit.
homie, like she was crying watching that movie. But it was a dope movie, man, for real. So
The fucking preview is just like, oh, I already know. It's
yeah,
gonna be
dude, it's a
good.
good ass movie, man. That shit's dope.
Honestly, I don't know about Coco till my boy Quiet David tweeted about like talking
Quiet
about it
David.
was sold out.
Wait, hold on. His name's Quiet David.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
his
Hey,
name's
you
David,
know,
but
you know it's good. You know
but
it's
that's
good.
his Twitter. You know,
Quiet
everybody
David's
knows his
tweeting
shit about the Twitter name. So shout out my boy Quiet David.
Quiet David.
Now he tweeted Coco sold out. I'm like, what's Coco about? So I seen the trailer. I'm like, oh, that's where it's from. And just Twitter's been talking about it since it came out.
Yeah,
and
man, it's a
been
hit.
trending, you you
It's
know?
a hit. Pixar's up there.
I hope it gets bigger than they're saying. Like it should be as big as Frozen, if not bigger.
I never seen Frozen.
Fuck Frozen.
I haven't seen either.
Yeah, fuck Frozen.
But I'm just saying, like, Frozen, bro, they made their own park in Disneyland off of Frozen. So it's like,
I don't know. I didn't care for Frozen, for real.
I don't care for
The thing that got me mad is they had a small clip of Frozen before Coco. There's like a 10-minute clip, like a small, like a pretty much like a small movie, like a short film. And they had that before Coco. That shit was boring as fuck, bro. I was pissed. Shit was boring. So I had to see it twice. One in English, one in Spanish. So the whole time just leaning my head, bro, like trying to fall asleep waiting until that shit passes.
Man.
So that shit was whack,
Set
man.
the alarm, like, all right, 10 minutes.
Fuck Frozen. I don't give a fuck.
Quick
Still
nap.
get your snacks and shit during that time.
Yeah, dead ass.
So, man.
Hey, 2016 was a crazy year.
What the hell?
2016 was a crazy.
Why?
That was a random
The
ass.
year that we
just
clicked.
said.
It's
So,
the year that...
That was very random, by the way, but no, the 2016 is
The
like,
hand is kicking in.
That was all random.
2016.
He's
was-
reminiscing on
Yeah,
some
so
time.
obviously German's trying to hop in this interview real quick, but
Yeah,
yeah.
what's up, German? Say some
German,
shit.
honestly, you know what, German, like hop on this shit. Let them know about 2016.
Talk your
real quick.
shit, German. Talk your
Yeah.
shit.
So 2016 was the year that I finally came close to Heem. So shout out Danny for putting me on Heem. We had a class at Andrew Hill because that's the same school we went to. We had like a cooking class,
Okay.
but we didn't really come like close, like personal until 2016.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
shout
usually
out
like
Danny.
that. Like after high school, you start to like really notice.
Yeah, that's
who
when
your
you
boys
find
are,
like,
who your
you
friends
let go
are.
of people that you thought would be your close
Yeah,
friends.
man. So like, yeah, for real, that's true. Everyone like all the homies I grew up with, man. Like, I mean, I don't really see them or talk to them as much. You know, like they still around and shit. You know, I'll say what's up till I see them, but like as of right now, like my main is just Jaime and like German, bro. They for real became my brothers. Dead ass, like they're part of my team and my like they're family to me. Like they even know my whole family, bro. They know
That's
my
what's up.
like my cousins, my Ninos and my parents, like my sisters, like they know everybody. So it's cool. So it's like, you know, I literally see them as brothers. And even like my mom would say like, oh, like your brother's here, and I'm like, oh, for sure, lit. You know, like my mom, my parents even seen that shit. So it's cool. So yeah, we became really close after like 2016.
That's good, man.
Yeah, so it's pretty lit.
That's good. Yeah, once you introduce your friends to the fam, they fam. You feel me?
Exactly.
It's
You know what I mean? Like
Because
straight
they're gonna
up.
keep asking, you know how.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah.
So and it's literally just us three, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's just us three. Like that's the crew for us.
Look,
It's
man,
a very
you
small
just, you just
circle.
seen like 2 or 3 people that are
Yeah,
solid.
I see people just
And
mob
that's-
deep, bro.
For real.
Not my
dude.
thing. Not my thing.
I'll tell you what, dude. My friend Mark, when like he would like slide through, this dude would fucking like, you know how like when you're walking in with your friend opens the door right to their own house. This dude would start opening like my own door to my house. I'm just like, bro, like for real,
Dude, no,
we were just that close, that comfortable.
We're that
like, it was
close
his
where
house.
like I leave them at my house. There's a time before like I would dip to go do whatever I'm doing, and
Yeah.
I'd leave them there.
Yeah.
I'd leave them there. Like I'm not like if they live there.
Shift.
Yeah, I'd go to work. You know, my boy Jaime, since obviously my boy Jaime don't live here, so he would crash on my pad. You know, my mom makes food for us and shit. Like he literally lives on my pad on the weekends.
So y'all eating red meat or you guys?
Are you guys vegan?
No, I'm not vegan.
Nah,
I eat.
they
I
eat. I don't
eat
eat.
whatever
I'm
the
not.
fuck I
Yeah.
want.
They eat.
So
we're just talking about this
So
earlier.
why did he choose to go or like no red meat?
So no red.
So this is the funny part. So the whole meat thing started when I was working at Mainland. And I don't know if she would even see this interview, but I was really good friends with her. Her name's Morgan.
Okay.
She was vegan. And, you know, she told me straight up, like, you know, you should try it.
Uh-huh.
You know, like, try cutting off meat for a week. Like, one whole week. Just don't eat meat. And I was like, you know what? Like,
What
I'm
you say?
down.
Like, just see how you feel.
Yeah,
see how
she
you
was
feel.
like, try it. And I was like, you know what? I'm down. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm really down with it. So I lasted like way longer than a week. And like me growing up, I never liked red meat anyways. My mom even knew it. Like, so when I told my mom I wasn't eating meat no more, she wasn't really surprised. At first she was kind of like, what the fuck? You know, Mexican household.
Yeah.
You know, in the Mexicans' house, you know, like they make everything.
Bro, every fucking
Like every day, you know, like
at
de
least
todo.
4 times a week.
De todo, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Fucking love red meat.
Yeah, my mom every weekend is like
Everything,
chorizo.
bro.
Chorizo con huevo. And like, you know,
They get
yeah.
the tortillas. and
Exactly,
all that.
tortilla, everything, bro. Like every weekend's like, you know, like huevo con chorizo. And yeah, so she told me like to try it out, and I was like, you know what? And I lasted for a long time. And then I would have like cheat days here and there on like chicken and like sushi, because I fuck with chicken and sushi tough. But red meat,
Right there, bro.
but with red meat, like I wasn't a big fan of that. Like
What is that?
I love exposure.
He said I'd expose his ass.
yeah, bro. German's the type to expose me on all this.
Hey, he's like, if Danny didn't do it, I was gonna
Danny's
do it.
sister's birthday party, remember?
Speaking of red meat, some
Okay,
tacos,
my sister's fucking
Tacos.
birthday, bro. He posted on Twitter, because this is when I was like full on vegetarian. Like I wasn't eating no meat.
Talking about
Yeah, and then like motherfucker took a picture of me eating some like chicken. So I was like, him, you gotta put me on blast on Twitter.
It's tofu. It's tofu chicken.
Yeah, bro. So he was.
It's
heady.
vegan chicken.
It's the vegan chicken.
chicken.
Chicken, bro.
Could
So
you do vegetarian though? You could do like vegetarian off the top.
Yeah. I mean, I can, but I mean, I'll have a little couple of cheat days. You know what I mean? Like
I'm the same way, brother.
I'll be like chilling, like like with some homies or like a chick. We'll get like sushi or some shit. So I'm like, fuck it. But I don't eat it continuously. Like if I have sushi one day or like chicken one day, I won't eat it for like a cool minute.
Yeah.
I'll plan it out, cool, and it's just health reasons. Like now, like I see a lot of shit more of like the what?
Battery's low.
Is it dying again?
Oh shit, we should wrap this up. Pretty much just like saying like just health reasons.
Yeah. I mean,
all that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I was like, fuck it.
It's a good wave to be on though, bro. Like, it's like nothing's greater than your health.
Exactly.
Seriously,
I heard a lot of shit about red meat, so I was like,
how are you gonna have a successful business if you in the hospital? You feel me?
I
Stay
stay
healthy.
high cholesterol.
Stay healthy on these bitches,
that,
bro.
Stay healthy on a pump,
Stay healthy on a
Shout
pump,
out
bitch.
June.
All right, hold on. I want to pause that shit real quick. So, all right, cool. So we're just gonna wrap some things up. You wanna go ahead and take over?
So like for the viewers and the people that are like really interested in what you have to say, like what's one piece of advice that you can give to them that you can leave them with?
How I see it is the advice I can say and give. I mean, obviously I'm not no fucking big shot. You know what I mean? So, is if you have absolute love and passion for it, do it. You know what I mean? But like I see a lot of people half-ass their shit of music, clothing, design. If you're just half-assing it, like you're literally not taking huge risk or like taking a lot of effort and 100% into it, don't do it.
Cool.
Because obviously you don't got like the mindset and confidence of doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the difference of like something you really want. You know what I mean? Like how bad do you want it? You know what I mean? Like how really bad do you like want the shit? Like if you see people not really putting that much effort, it's like obviously they don't want it that bad. So it's not that serious.
Right.
So my best effort or advice, I mean, is just if it's something you love and do, then do absolutely what it takes. You know what I mean? If you want it that bad, I mean, think about it. Like everyone wants something that they can't have. So if you want success and, like you want to like, succeed in whatever you're doing, you'll prove and put in the work of how bad you want it. You know what I mean?
That's something like I see a lot is like a lot of people want something, but an obstacle will come their way.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of like people are thinking
like you
people
don't really
thinking it's
want
kind of
it
like
that
it's gonna be an overnight success.
Yeah.
No, it's like you gotta put in work. You know what I mean? Like you gotta put in work.
Yeah. Take note, like you've done it for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And you just quit your job.
I just quit my job. And not even like on Instagram. I ain't got 1,000 followers yet, bro. Like I got like I'm still like on a long way coming. And and I see people. I find it weird. Like I see people that barely started like a few years back and they got like thousands of followers, but they get like they post something, it's like
100 likes.
It's like not even that. It's like 20. It's like 20 likes. So I'm kind of like I see like kind of like some like sus ass shit. You know what I mean? Some sus ass shit. And I'm kind of like, bro, how you got like like 20-something thousand followers, 10,000 followers, and you get like
I saw
20 to like
I saw it
40
today.
likes. You know what I mean? I'm kind of I like suspicious as fuck. You know what I mean?
Like that proves that like people gotta fuck with your shit, or else like
real talk. And that's another thing where I want to say
strangers don't like just like I follow him and I like they're not just gonna buy your clothes just because like you know what I mean? Like they like I'm not gonna spend my money on something I don't like. Yeah. So I appreciate that at least Danny makes stuff that
like look, you have a lot of interaction with your clientele and you don't even call them like I don't feel like you.
I call them like literally friends, bro.
Yeah, friends. And
like, I try to bring like friendship. You know what I mean? I don't want them.
Like you said, you don't have to force someone to buy your stuff.
Exactly. I don't want to force them.
Have to look at
it's just in a way it's like customer service.
Yeah, I think
like,
it sells it personally too.
It's building like relationships. You know what I mean? I want everybody cool with. I want everyone like if you give good vibes and good customer service, everyone's like, oh, dude, Danny's a cool ass dude. That's when you bring more clientele. I'm not acting like a fucking dick, act like big headed. Some people surprisingly from what I heard is like they say that like I am. You know what I mean? People I've heard and seen people like say I'm cocky and all this shit. It's weird as fuck. You know what I mean?
You're not who you say.
I don't really exactly. I'm a fraud, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I don't see myself as a cocky person.
We're gonna add those text messages screenshots right now.
That's just funny. It's funny, bro. People are lame,
hey, but I even commented on this girl Mia that I follow on Twitter, and she started her YouTube page recently. It was like a makeup Like
Okay,
she
dope.
does
Yeah,
makeup.
yeah.
Or whatever.
I know a lot of girls out here in Sounds that do makeup.
Wait,
so.
Yeah, and Mia and she tweeted like she was like, I got my first hater. I was like, that's when you know, like when you got haters, bro.
Honestly, I
That's
feel
when
like
you know
if
you're doing something right.
If literally, if you get haters, if you have haters, you're doing something right.
You're doing something right,
Dead ass.
bro.
And especially with me, man, like them getting a fake app and texting me, doing like literally taking their time of
But
day
they're literally
to hit
doing
me
the
up.
most.
They're doing the most, man.
To display some kind of hate.
You know what I mean? Like all the shit that
crazy.
the two people were telling me is kind of like, dude, like whatever. You know, you're hating on me because like of what I do. You know, saying I got no car at the time, no education. Like that's cool, bro. Like, and especially like if you're calling me a broke ass person, like if you're making more money than me, cool. You know, kudos to you for real. But it's like, why are you worrying about like the next person? You know what I mean?
I feel like
everybody gotta stay in their lane.
Yeah,
You know,
I feel
worry
like a
about
person
yourself.
that would have like more money, they wouldn't even take the time to do that. So it's obviously like someone
Fuck
really,
that.
really low.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, if I was stacking, which I'm not, but if I was stacking, I would not give a fuck what anybody's doing. Literally worrying about myself and my money. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be
I would not
chilling.
care at
Smoking
all.
a blunt,
But you know what I mean? Like, bro, but obviously something's like feeling pressed. Bro, those two people that texted me, obviously they're feeling pressed.
Oh, it's probably the same person.
It might even be the same person. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's the same person.
Imagine that.
The
Same
biggest
fucking
hater.
person.
It's like, bro, like, do something
It's fucking
with your
German,
life.
dude.
It's German,
German low key, bro. German low key.
Nah,
Sneak
I'll be-
Sneak dissing on me, bro.
No, I got iMessage. That shit will show up as blue.
For real, I know. It shut up as a green text messages on both. Who
You're
don't
an
got,
Android user.
who don't got an iPhone these days, bro? Like, especially out here. Everybody
Fucking
got-
Android users,
everybody
bro.
got iPhone,
Fuck them,
man.
dude.
For real, fuck them. You using Android, bro? Like, that shit sucks.
No, that's all love over here. If anything, if somebody local, like, say they blew up, I wouldn't even tell them, like, nothing.
Bro, even for the people I don't even fuck with out here, like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
just
even,
don't say anything.
I don't even say much. Like,
Yeah.
even like if people like I run into, I don't even fuck with.
never-
I make no interaction at all. Like, if I don't say nothing to you, like,
The only
That's
time
it.
we'll ever say something to them is that we run into them.
So,
like,
like, if-
oh, by the way, I know that you're popping. Like, good. Like, I support what you're doing. I support your movement.
Yeah.
There's no time for negative.
Like, if you don't got nothing good to
Vibes,
say,
you know?
don't say it.
Bro,
bro.
dude,
Exactly, bro. Point.
There's
I know.
like
Period.
No point in
and just wait, bro. Like, I mean,
Period.
honestly, how I see it, I'm not even speaking to myself. I'm saying in general, like, you know, once someone's popping, you know, everybody gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Just
like,
wait till somebody
they're
out
not-
here gets
everyone's
popping.
different.
Everybody's gonna fuck with you.
Everybody's
Talking
gonna
about
be
like, oh,
different.
yeah,
Yeah,
man,
it-
he's from my city, or I grew up with him. Like, nah, don't
A lot
bring
of
that
people,
bullshit.
a lot of people don't love you until they all love you, bro. A lot of people
Exactly,
don't love you
bro.
until they all do. So
You know exactly. Everybody fuck with you when you popping.
fuck them, dude.
But it's cool that you guys have German and Heem because they're gonna be the ones that stick around
Oh fuck yeah!
when
From
everything's all
day
said and
one,
done.
bro.
even if-
Look,
I-
the
I
day one,
remind them
Even
literally.
when he wasn't popping. like,
Exactly,
it's
bro. Like, dude,
doesn't
they even
matter.
the thing is like everyone still hits me up for free shit, discounts. Like, nah, my own boys, my own brothers buy that shit full fucking price.
You
So I'm
got to,
saying,
bro.
exactly,
I feel
support
that's
the movement. My own
disrespectful. You
family,
ask for a discount.
exactly,
You
bro.
have to,
Like,
bro.
don't even
ask
bother
for no
hitting me
fucking
up,
discount.
asking about like free shit, like my shit, my own shit's like I paid for this. I pay for everything to get made. So technically, my own stuff is not even free. I'm paying for
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, like, how you gonna hit me up for some free shit? Like, obviously, you don't fuck with my movement. You're not fucking with.
you're
what
not
I
really
gotta do.
trying to pay the
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
pay
and
the
like,
full price.
you know what I mean? I see people talking about prices, and I don't feel like I charge overpriced. You know what I mean? I charge for like a pretty much decent, understandable price for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know
yeah.
good quality. You know,
Yeah.
and especially with people, I see people with like fucking Gucci wallets with like $200 Jordans on. Like, you can afford a $30 shirt.
You see them bitch about the price and then pull out the Gucci wallet.
Exactly, bro. It's like, how you gonna
Alright,
fucking
You can
bitch
support
about?
locals if you,
How you
if
gonna
got
bitch?
that fit on.
Exactly. How you gonna bitch about like a $30 shirt, $65 hoodie, but you got like a fucking $400 or $500 wallet with $200 shoes on and
Yeah.
$200 True Religion jeans, bro? Come on, man. That's why with me, like when I buy shit, like I know how much I spend. So if I'm supporting someone, price is not like an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that as like cockiness or me having a lot of money. It's just I understand where they're coming from because I'm in the same boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I totally understand the whole like thing. But I mean, it is what it is. Everyone wants to complain about some shit.
Yeah. Everyone's got something
Yeah,
to
at
say.
the end of the day,
bro.
like he said, like if they really don't like his clothes and that's the only reason why they don't want to buy it for however
Yeah, like-
how much he retails it for,
it's hands.
then that's like, hey, then you gotta
Hell
like,
yeah.
design better. Like it's
Yeah.
at the end of the
Nah,
day,
You know what I
anything
mean?
is
Just because my
motivation.
shit ain't Supreme or Bay, bro, my bad. But I mean, once I get up there, you're gonna be slobbing my shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing where I always remind them, like, you know, like if this shit does work out, for sure, these two guys and like my family, like my other close homies, like Karina and Landra, like they all gonna be chilling.
Yeah,
They'll be taken care of,
bro.
you know, like, and I promise that. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, like, you know, I might not be making the most money right now. You know, I'm self-employed, but I mean, you know, money's not important to me right now. It's just me growing as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. Everyone, I got a lot of homies that have good ass jobs that tell me like, hey, bro, like, I'll bring you in. get bank, you know. But if I'm making bank and doing it full time, I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, what if that's
I'm not gonna be having.
Check you're gonna see for the rest of your
Exactly.
life?
You know, with me, how I see it is like
That's
I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
receiving
like-
them checks. I'm trying to write them checks. You feel me? Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to have employees, bro. I'm trying to have people.
That's one of my
Shit.
fears.
I like
That's
that.
You
why-
know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to write them checks, bro.
Yeah,
like
okay.
for real, instead of getting them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like, you know, boss
like
the
that.
fuck up. I'm trying to
Boss
boss
talk,
up.
bro. Boss talk on the
I'm
fly
trying to-
right
I'm
now.
trying to
Your own
boss up,
CEO.
bro. For real. That's another reason I left my job. You know, me and my old boss, Rami, we were talking about that shit. That's why he did his own shit. He became his own boss, and I'm trying to do the same thing. And he told me too, like, Rami, he's like, you know, another like little mentor of mine, you know, pretty much telling me like, he told me straight up on my last day or when I picked up my last check, he was telling me like, you know, if I need help, you know, to hit him up.
Cool. All right, for sure. Just real quick, just in closing. Quick question: would you rather?
This is the question that I was.
Would you rather take a trip to deep space
I already answered that on your shit.
Wait, hold on.
Or-
I wanna hear it.
Yeah.
or take a trip to the deepest part of the ocean?
Oh, you know what? I was thinking of your other question that you posted on Twitter. But so deep space or deep in the ocean?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's easy. That's
Damn.
easy.
Deep
I'd go
space.
deep space.
Deep
I
space?
fucking
Damn.
love.
And you know,
Because there might be another
that's a good ass.
Info legacy in another planet trying to make.
You know what I mean? And I'm dude, and I tell
Another world.
I tell
There
some-
might be another interview going on in another planet about the same topic.
That's a very good ass question, bro. Because both are like such a mysterious thing, and I'm more towards the ocean other than space.
Okay.
Because dude, the ocean's crazy to me. Like I see so many
Finding Nemo
documentaries.
already fucking
We've
confirmed
only
that.
discovered about 7-8% of the ocean. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's wild.
That's crazy. It's
I
like
seen
a
a
whole
video on
nother
that
world.
shit. Like he was going down,
But
down,
going
and
deep,
down.
you know what I mean? I like, you know, there's only a certain amount of pressure we could handle. So I think for that
Yeah.
question,
Even submarine.
I think-
there's a
I think-
submarine that can handle that much.
I think I'd rather go to space than
Space.
ocean.
You going to space?
Yeah,
Okay.
space for
I would
sure.
go to like another planet. That'd be. I'd rather go to the moon.
I'd
The
go
moon's
deep
so
in
Did
Deep
you ever
space,
see
bro.
Wall-E?
You
Like
guys
like
think there's life on other planets?
Oh fuck
I saw
yeah!
it today.
Yeah.
Fuck
Someone
yeah!
today said-
We're not alone. We're not alone.
There's no way we're alone.
That
Hell
shit was
no.
by the Milky Way, so I'm like, damn. what
There's
else?
life outside our atmosphere. There's no way.
Like
There's
I
life
said,
on the
there might be
moon,
another
Mars.
planet full of humans interviewing another info legacy, and then another. I don't know. That's trippy.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. All right, real quick. Just
Uh,
give out
handles.
your
Shout our handles.
your handles.
Because ours is done too. So
Infant Legacy on Instagram or
Yeah. So you know you can follow me on Instagram, Infant Legacy, Twitter. You know Dannytrippz. Same thing with Snapchat, Dannytrippz. You know follow me on there. I keep everyone updated on all my new like shit, like all my new like releases and all that. See me and my homies talk shit on Twitter, like always roasting each other.
that's
So,
what
you know,
brothers do. That's what brothers
Exactly.
do.
These are my brothers, man. So if y'all trying to peep all that shit, you know, follow us on Twitter.
for sure. All right, thank you for for stopping by. Stopping
Yeah,
by
and
the
thank you for the
HQ,
opportunity, bro.
Gold
I
Mine.
fuck with this whole vision and concept and platform.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
dope.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you for
guys.
having us. You know, hospitality and shit.
This won't be the last. This won't be the only one.
Oh no, I'll
Yeah,
be back.
nah, we
I'll be
got a lot
back.
to talk about.
Yeah,
bro.
we got way
got-
more to
we
talk
got a lot
about.
to
This is
talk
just
about.
part one, but I'll be back, man.
For sure.
real.
Yeah, maybe after your event we can
Yep,
get some
I'll be
going.
back after my event, my release. You know,
All right, for sure.
For sure.
All right, cool. Thank you guys.
cool.
Yeah. Peace.
Right.